October is loaded with live original programming on the ESPN. Live college football fills your Saturdays with the nation's top teams. The top drivers in Nascar, IndyCar, and Formula One careen toward their final races. See great shots from the PGA and Senior PGA Tours, down to the wire thoroughbred and harness racing events, and Wednesday night ladies pro bowling. It all leads up to the return of Sunday night NFL excitement, all live in October on the ESPN.
Lucky shot, yeah, right. Watch this next one. I'm going to even open my eyes.
It's brewed from the choicest natural ingredients. It's beechwood aged for that clean, crisp taste. And best of all, it's for you.
You got the taste, this Spuds for you. You're a Budman, baby, a Budman through and through. Nothing you can't do. You're a Budman. You're a Budman, baby. For all you do, this Spuds for you. Yeah!
It's the beauty and splendor of Europe's oldest thoroughbred racing track. It's an international field of 3-year-olds battling to prove themselves. And it's the people of Ireland who simply have a way of making a horse race magic. It's the Budweiser Irish Derby, Sunday, June 26th. It's the sport of kings and the king of beers, the Budweiser Irish Derby.
You know how to take care of business when you play for keeps. You find your own way on the country road around the city street. And when it comes to your favorite beer, you know just where you stand. You reach for that long neck bottle, you're a genuine Bud man. Bud, only one beer will do. Bud, this Bud's for you. It's just a pure and natural beer for you. So icy cold, so crisp, so clear for you. The king of beer, so fresh, so true for you. You got the taste, this Bud's for you.
This Spuds for all that you do.
257, now boarding at gate 17B. Flight 257, now boarding at gate.
Sir, can we help you?
Oh, where do you go?
You really make it work.
Here's to you, Beechwood aged, for that clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser.
This Bud's for you. Budweiser, Beechwood aged for a clean, crisp taste, a quality taste, because this Bud's for you.
Walter, this is Mother. Mother, Walter wants to use the phone.
Fine, right there.
Second-class phones, they're making second-class phones.
Oh, that silly phone. Use our AT&T phone in there.
For phones that work like phones are supposed to work, stick with the first-class phones of AT&T.
It's okay. It works.
Hi, folks. Hey, Willard Scott here, grilling up a storm with gourmet cheeseburgers. What makes them gourmet? Lean ground beef and two kinds of cheeses. Look at here, American and Munster. You can't beat it. Maybe you can, with Swiss and cheddar. Oh, what the heck? Just make up your own. The next time you're at the store, don't forget your two favorite cheeses and lean ground beef to create your own gorgeous gourmet cheeseburger. Ooh.
What's Ernest doing now?
He's waiting
For the ketchup? He's what?
Hey, we don't wait for ketchup. You don't?
Hope you and your ketchup have a real nice time.
Heinz ketchup. It's so rich, so thick. Why waste time with anything else?
Hey, Ernie, need a ride?
Heinz ketchup.
Hi, guys.
The best things come to those who wait.
The issue is clean water. We all have a stake in it. For wildlife. For recreation.
For clean ice cubes. Clean ice cubes to chill the light, refreshing taste of a new Coke. A chilling idea.
Elect the light, better taste for a brighter, better America.
The time is now. The taste is light. New possibilities. New Coke. Think about it.
You've suffered through all kinds of diets and regimens, but if you don't get enough protein when you're dieting to lose fat, you might lose muscle. Protein can help you keep muscle while you lose fat, and Special K has the highest level of dietary protein available in a cereal. So one reason for including the under 200 calorie Special K breakfast in a balanced diet is rather obvious. Special K. Keep the muscle. Lose the fat.
Take a glass of refreshing fruit juice. Now, take it on a roller coaster. Well, now you can take fruit juice anywhere. With new Lifesavers Fruit Juicers, the first roll candy with real fruit juice.
What's up, Big John? We got 5 seats. Done this. All right, I'll be right up. This is nonsense. Yeah, I can't deal with that now. I know. If this is your thing. Showtime, baby. Get him.
For the hustle, the clean, crisp taste of Beechwood-aged Budweiser.
Hey, man, good job.
You the best.
Hey.
Thanks to that.
Being neutral, the Swiss enjoy the best of all worlds. Cars from Italy. Clothes from Paris. Shoes from England. And from America, Old Spice Liquid Stick, a new antiperspirant. With the smoothness of a roll-on and the speed of a stick, it also combines the best of all worlds for total protection. After all, nothing's more important to the Swiss than good relations. Old Spice Liquid Stick, the world's most advanced form of protection.
Here's where the feud begins. Earth, wind, and fire. Coca-Cola Classic.
The feeling's real, you know it can't be beat. Get down into the system, you can feel it in your feet. The taste of life, feel the magic that it brings. The ultimate sensation when you've got the real thing. Coca-Cola Classic, can't beat it, can't beat the feeling.
You know you can change the shape of your body and lose weight while doing so. Hi, I'm Cory Everson.
And I'm Mark Finlay. For better health and fitness, watch BodyShaping.
Every weekday on ESPN.
This is ESPN, the Total Sports Network.
Two of the most popular recreational pastimes are golf and tennis. With body shaping, I can show you specific exercises that will help you enjoy those sports more, as well as being more fit, toned, and firm. Chicago, I remember seeing golfers out on the links in the middle of December when there was still snow all over the fairways. They even painted their golf balls blue so they could find them once they hit them. This kind of dedication certainly deserves some body shaping exercises to improve their game. Such fanaticism certainly deserves rewards. But before we show you some exercises, let's warm up. And ready, begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. 2, 2, 3, 4, 3. 3, 2, 3, 4. And ready for your shoulders. And up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shoulders to your ears. 7, 8. And jog. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. 2, 2, 3, 4, 3. We'll be right back. 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Body Shaping is brought to you by Tone Skincare Bar. After you tone up your body with Body Shaping, tone up your skin with Tone Soap. Consult your physician before you start body shaping with Cory Everson. Follow the exercises carefully. Exercise at your own pace. Start with very light weights. If you feel any strain, stop immediately and consult your physician.
Are you dieting or exercising without results? Four-time Miss Olympia Cory Everson wants to show you the way to a healthier, sexier body without dieting or costly health clubs. It's called Body Shaping, a revolutionary way to exercise. And now you can exercise anytime with Cory Everson's new Body Shaping video. She'll teach you step-by-step how to slim your waistline, firm and shape your bust, trim and tighten your thighs and buttocks by using exercise and free weights. With the Body Shaping video, you can actually reshape, tone, and firm your entire body to give you the trim and sexy look you've always dreamed about. Cory will also help you set up a personalized exercise program that will be designed especially for you, whether you're a first-time body shaper, intermediate, or advanced. Remember, with Body Shaping, you can change the shape of your body. Call now, 1-800-225-3300. Body Shaping is not available in stores. Call 1-800-225-3300.
If it were not this exotic, if it were not this smooth, this delightful, if the taste were not this delicious, this sensuous, if it were not this Hawaiian, the taste of Mona Lai would not be so exciting. Taste paradise. Mona Lai guava drink and guava passion fruit drink from Ocean Spray.
It's a fact of life that women sweat too, which is why Menon created Lady Speed Stick, the only woman's antiperspirant that gives you speed stick protection. It glides on dry to help keep you dry all day long. In fact, nothing fights wetness and odor better. But because it's made especially for a woman, it's gentle. Lady Speed Stick Antiperspirant protects you like a man, but treats you like a woman.
I'm Gilad.
And I'm Ada, his little sister.
Be sure to watch Bodies in Motion.
Basic training.
Okay, watch Bodies in Motion and Basic Training for a full hour of fitness starting at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time.
Right here on ESPN.
You're watching ESPN, the Total Sports Network.
Show you some exercises that will not only strengthen and tone up those areas of your body, but will also give you flexibility and greater range of motion. The first exercise is the hip-leg crossover. If you have something like I do behind me, you can hold on to it. It will stabilize you. What this is, to the right first, all you're doing is lifting your leg, crossing over at your hip. And this you'll gain flexibility and range of motion. And again, if you look at your golfing swing or your tennis swing, you have to have flexibility in your hips and in your legs and in your waist. So this is one of the basic flexibility exercises that will help you with your flexibility and also with toning those areas. Okay, another way you can do this is with your legs bent. Starting to the right first, just bend your hips over as far as they go. You'll feel tension and pulling in your waist, which is good. Make sure that you feel pulling and not pain. And this too will develop flexibility and greater range of motion in your hip joint. And it feels great. And that's number one on Tip's list.
That's right. He's always saying, I can feel it, but usually it's not in a great way.
These are like. Okay.
You can do 100 more.
Next exercise we'll do is the twist. And this exercise is very good in strengthening and toning the muscles in the abdominal area, the serratus, the rectus abdominis, and the oblique. So we've got all these different muscles in the stomach area, and they all need to be toned equally. This is one of the best exercises that can do all that. And I'm showing it just without any weight at all, as a beginner would do it. Trudy's showing a standing twist. Again, this is good for sports to gain flexibility and range of motion. And Kit's showing the twist at an incline with a bar. So she's got added weight, which makes the twist even more difficult.
Also, with the incline, she's putting a little more tension on her abdominal muscles too, right?
Right. You got it.
Okay, you don't have a bar at home, you can always grab a broomstick.
And again, just think of the type of exercises and motions you do while you're playing tennis, you're twisting, and while you're golfing. Your hips and your waist are very important in these sports, as in every sport. Okay, another exercise we'll show you is the dumbbell pullover. And Kit and I will show it on the bench. Now this exercise is especially good if you play tennis the way I do and you get really frustrated and you take your racket and you wing it into the next court. It develops all those muscles for winging a racket. And if you play golf the way I do too, horrible, and you get really frustrated, you can take your golf club and bang it on the ground and then wing it over into one of the water hazards. So this exercise, as you see, will develop the muscles in the back and the chest.
Now, if you haven't been exercising for quite a while and you're just getting back into it, you might want to start out by doing this pullover like I'm doing, laying on the ground.
Like we said, this is really great for developing strength and tone in the lats, the muscles underneath your arm and in your back that are great muscles that are used for serving in tennis. And it also increases your range of motion in your shoulder joints. It also feels good. Okay, this one feels good too. It's got tips okay. It feels good today. I feel good. And what you want to do here is you want to lower the weight as far as you can so that you put a slight stretch on your shoulder muscle and your chest muscle, and then raise the weight again. And what we're using again is the back, the chest, and the arms. And you're even using some of your abdominal muscles, the serratus. So this is a very good overall developer for the upper body, which is so important in all sports today. And when we come back, we'll show you more exercises for the hips and the buttocks and the wrists.
Which workout tape was judged more effective than Jane Fonda and the rest? By a landslide, the Firm workout won the largest independent consumer poll ever launched. More than 2,000 users of the Firm compared it to all the other tapes they'd tried. An overwhelming 99% called the Firm the most effective. The National Fitness Press agrees. The closest thing to the perfect workout tape. Results are phenomenal. Men like it too. The ultimate in fitness videos. The all-new 60-minute workout uses inexpensive weights sold everywhere. A bonus 40 minutes of flawless fitness information shows you how to start light and work up to beautiful. Visible results within 10 workouts. Volume 2 of the Firm Aerobic Workout with Weights. Limited offer, save $10, $39.95 plus $3 shipping. Call now, 1-800-FIT-3300. Rated phenomenal results, 1-800-FIT-3300.
Is this decaffeinated? Relax, it's back.
Tastes so rich.
Relax, it's back. Decaffeinated? Relax, it's back.
It's so rich you can't believe it's decaffeinated? Relax, it's Max. Maxwell House Naturally Decaffeinated, blended with Colombian beans, because better beans do make better coffee.
Relax, it's back.
Fuss with shampoo and conditioner? Who needs it? I want to wash my hair and go. And now I can with Pert Plus. Complete shampoo plus complete conditioner in one bottle. Pert Plus leaves my hair clean, conditioned, and looking terrific. Before, to get results this good, I used shampoo and conditioner. No more. Now, with Pert Plus, I just wash and go.
Pert Plus, shampoo plus complete conditioner in one.
1, 2,
3.
4.
Health and fitness is that easy with ESPN's Midday Workout. 1. Denise Austin starts with workout and health tips. 2. Arda's basic exercises increase muscle strength and flexibility. 3. Jalaz's aerobics are designed for cardiovascular fitness. 4. Cory Everson helps change and improve the shape of your body. Start your midday workout weekdays at 11 a.m. Eastern on ESPN. It's that easy.
You're watching ESPN, the Total Sports Network.
You're swinging in golf and your back in swimming. Your back and your hips are, again, the most important parts of your body in all the different sports activities that you participate in. And we'll have Trudster demonstrate this too. Okay, remember form. Her head is up. Her back is completely flat. She's not rounding over at the shoulders and pulling down and cheating by using her chest and her arms. She's doing the entire pull down with her upper back and her lats. Make sure that you keep your back flat. Probably, the number one important thing in doing a pull down. And she's pulling the bar down to the upper part of her trapezius or back. Make sure to use a weight that's heavy enough where you can do a comfortable 8 to 12 repetitions, but not too heavy so that you're cheating and pulling over. Technique is very important. Beginners would start out with 2 sets. Intermediate would go 3 and 4 sets, and advanced body shapers could go anywhere from 3 to 5 sets on a pull down.
Well, Coach, what do you say? Is that enough?
That's good. That's very good. So that was the exercises for the upper back. And again, just think of a tennis serve. You know, you're using all the muscles there, or a golf swing, which I can't demonstrate because I don't know how to golf. But they're very important. Again, the back, the hips, and the legs. And speaking of those body parts, we're going to do a step up, which is the fundamental of your strength. It comes from your hips and your thighs. So we're going to show the step up. It can be done in 2 ways. We'll have Trudy demonstrate it first.
Okay, I'm going to do alternating, right?
Yes, please.
What I'm doing is I'm alternating legs instead of putting constant exercise on one. I'm going to be switching, and I'll go up with the left. I'll go up with the right.
And you would do this for about 20 repetitions. It's hard. It's a cardiovascular conditioning on top of toning for your legs.
Thank God my staircase at home doesn't have steps this high.
But this is a great conditioner, strengthener for your hips, your waist, your buttocks, your legs. There's other ways that we'll show you in the future that you can exercise your thighs and your hips, but this is one of the best ones that I know of, and out of personal experience with all the different sports that I've competed in, we've always done step-ups. Okay.
I was going to say, can you do yours now?
Okay. And then a more advanced type step-up would be to go up on one leg and then down on the same leg. This way you're not giving your leg rest in between repetitions, because every repetition is on my right leg. And it takes balance. You have to make sure that you keep your head straight and that you concentrate on keeping the bar very parallel with the floor across your back. So you would do 10 repetitions on that leg, then switch up. And again, it's very hard to maintain balance doing it this way, but you're putting more constant tension on the one leg, so it's actually much more difficult. This is working the hips and the thigh.
If you are a beginner, you can use a bar and just do it on a regular size step at home, you know, on your regular stairs or up to your porch. And you get a little more advanced, and you go up to.
So again, that was working the muscles in the thigh, the buttocks, and the hips. And again, think of your swing in tennis or your serve or whatever activity you're doing. You know, you always have to have power, explosiveness, you know, the ability to move back and forth on the tennis court. Football players, everybody uses step up.
You know, people always think of bowling as a, you know, like, oh, that's not doing anything for you, just swinging your arm. But, you know, when you do your good swing, you really put all your weight, all your concentration is onto your thighs and everything.
Oh yeah, you get those long, and then you bowl like me, your face first going down the alley.
Well, some people just go like this.
Okay, we've got one more exercise I'm going to show you in this segment, and this is a wrist curl. We've done exercises for the back, we've done exercises for the hips and the legs and the butt, and now exercises for the wrist. And again, look at your sports: racquetball, handball, tennis, golf, baseball. You always have to have either wrist flexibility or wrist strength, or both. I mean, tennis, you're not supposed to be using your wrist as you do in racquetball, but you still have to have strength in your forearms so that you can maintain the proper form, you know, while you're hitting your ball. So it's important for wrist flexibility and forearm strength. First one we'll do is just a regular wrist curl. You can sit on a bench, put your forearms right on your thighs, and lean over with a barbell. You can do this also with a dumbbell. And what I'm doing in high repetitions here, you can't handle a lot of weight. It's very important to have muscle endurance along with muscle strength. So we're going to focus on higher repetitions for muscle endurance. And we're just rolling our wrists to the full extension and full flexion. So we're getting a very good range of motion, increasing flexibility, increasing our muscle tone, increasing our muscle endurance, increasing our strength. So what else is there left? We're hitting them all.
Just as you know, there's no such thing as spot reducing. We will not be thinning out our wrists by doing this.
Right. And then the same thing can be done in the reverse direction. This is much more difficult. You have to have your hands in close so that your arms are parallel with each other.
This one is so hard.
And you do the same thing. This is for the top of the forearm. The first exercise we did was for the bottom of the forearm. As you can see, the muscles working in the top of the forearm.
Now, if I were to do this standing up, would I put the bar down here?
Yeah. You can also do the standing. Again, it's just simply a variation. You're still working the same muscles. You're working them at a slightly different angle, so you can alternate. One day you can do them seated, and one day you can do them standing. Now, while all of you are fantasizing about having a backhand like Jimmy Connors or a zero handicap like Jack Nicklaus, let's get back to reality. And in just a moment, we'll join our duffer, Mark Finley, to our one-to-one segment of training.
Coming up next, body shaping 1-to-1.
Hello, I'm Cory Everson. Now, if you like my body shaping show, you'll love my camp. The only better way to learn is from me in person. And you can do that at my fantasy bodybuilding super camp held in Manhattan College, New York City. So be there. Along with me, you can meet my friends Gary Stridham, Bev Francis, and some new professional bodybuilders, Mike Ashley and Anya Langer. So come to my camp. Please call for information.
Call 1-800-872-3472, operator 5.
Some workout. Obviously, exercise alone just isn't enough.
I believe in crystal light. Diet soft drink. 'Cause I believe in me.
Tone up your body with exercise. Tone up your skin with tone.
I'm toning up from my head to my toes. I'm toning up, now my skin's gonna glow. I'm toning up, looking good. I'm toning up.
Tone, the skincare bar with cocoa butter. It cleans, moisturizes, and conditions for healthy-looking skin.
I'm toning up, now my skin's gonna glow. I'm toning up.
Tone up with tone.
Hi everyone, I'm Bob Jenkins. Join me each week for Speed Week for all the latest news and results from the world of motorsports. Speed Week, the motorsports coverage you deserve each week here on ESPN.
This is ESPN International, bringing the world of sports to the world.
Tone Soap brings you today's body shaping 1-to-1.
Hello, I'm Mark Finley, and I'd like to welcome you back to the one-to-one segment. On today's one-to-one segment, we'll be working the chest out. And the first movement that we're going to do is a flat bench press. And the flat bench press is one of the better movements for the chest. And we'll start off in a down position, stretching the muscle. Now remember, before you start your workout, you should warm up with a light weight first, with about 15 to 20 reps. And this will warm your muscles up, put blood in there, and it will keep you from injuring that muscle. Now what we're going to do is you bring it down to the bottom, the stretch, come up to the top, and squeeze the chest muscles together. Back down, and then back up again. Nice slow motion. Go through the full range of motion, and feel those muscles working. And this is going to help you build up the entire chest muscle. And the next exercise that we'll do will isolate specific areas of the chest. But the flat bench press will work the entire chest. Now when you come down with the weight, you want to bring your elbows out. You do not want them in. If you bring your elbows in, you'll be working the triceps, which is an entirely different movement. So keep those elbows out, and then push the weight back up again. If you'd like, when you get to the bottom, you can turn the weight a little bit, and then come up to the top, down, and back up. Now remember, we're body shaping, and we're shaping those muscles to match the goal that you have in mind. So create a goal before you start working out. Alright, now that we've finished the flat bench press, we're going to move on And we're going to go over to the incline press. Now, the incline press is going to work the upper portion of the chest, which creates a forward look in the chest. And you want to pull the weights up. Once again, stretch out at first. Go through a warm-up stage. Come back down. Then raise the weight back up again. Down. And concentrate solely on the upper chest muscle. Try and squeeze both areas of the chest together. And down and stretch. Up and contract. Now actually visualize this exercise working. Actually visualize the muscles growing. Alright. So the incline press will work that upper chest, and it will really isolate the function of the upper chest here. Now the next exercise that we're going to do for the chest is we're going to do a decline press. So since the incline press works the upper chest, we're going to lay down at a slant here, and it's going to work the lower portion of the chest and create, once again, that forward look in the chest. It's important to go through these exercises in this fashion. That way, we create a forward muscle, and we don't leave any portion of the chest out. The chest just doesn't work one way. It works several ways. So we've got to utilize all areas of the muscle. Okay, bring the weight down, stretch out, concentrate on the lower chest, stretching it out, and then push the weight back up again. Now remember, you're never too old to lift weights and to work out and shape your body. But be careful of the weight that you use. It's important that you pick out the right weight so that you don't strain the muscle. And the way I suggest doing that is to start off with a real light weight and figure out which weight you can use for 15 times. And then if you can go past that, then you can go up 5 pounds. And if you can reach 15 repetitions with that weight, then you can go up again 5 pounds. And just test yourself out. Take your time. Never push yourself too hard. Alright. Real good. Now, the next movement that we'll use after the decline press is we'll go to a flat bench fly. And this will help you stretch those chest muscles out. And it'll give you a nice sweep in the chest, in addition to that V shape. So just bring the weight down and stretch out, and then squeeze that weight together, just like you're squeezing a barrel. Down, and back up again. Real good. Alright, remember, it's real important to stretch out, to warm up, and to go through that full range of motion. We'll be back with more body shaping in just a moment.
Wear your shoes the right way. You're picking out your own clothes, your own music. You're going to the mall by yourself. And that haircut, that was your idea. You're making your own decisions. So don't blow this one. Don't smoke pot.
Oh. Grapefruit juice?
No, Ocean Spray Pink Grapefruit Juice Cocktail. It's not what you think. It's not bitter.
Ah, sweeter.
It's all yours.
Ocean Spray Pink.
Where? Nexus.
Where did you
It's
get
in salon.
that hair?
Only in salon.
Excuse me if I stare. Where?
Nexus.
Where?
Nexus.
Where did
Nexus.
you get that
Only in
hair?
salons.
Ooh, Nexus. Ooh, Nexus.
Nexus Products, where you go for beautiful hair.
Hi, I'm Denise Austin. Do you want to rock hard, Semi? Well, join me every day for Getting Fit right here on ESPN.
I'll show you some of these exercises right after we recap what we learned today. For your abdominals, leg crossovers, or hip roll. This is a good one to stimulate movement in the hips with swinging motions in sports. It'll keep your low back muscles loose and relaxed, and it will firm your abdominals. Twist. Twist slowly from side to side through a full range of motion. You can sit upright with a light weight across your shoulders or lean back slightly as you twist. Stress high repetitions for your waist muscles. You can also do this standing up. Dumbbell pullovers. This is a body shaper isolation that will help you in all upper body sport actions, especially golf and tennis. It also increases the flexibility in your shoulder and chest area. Lat pull downs to the rear. This one will really help your upper back muscles. A little wider grip is best. And make sure you don't round over to get the bar down to your back. Do 10 to 15 repetitions slowly and steadily. Barbell step up. Use a light weight on your shoulders and do 15 repetitions for each leg. Step up onto a low bench. You can alternate legs or do all your repetitions on one leg before doing the other leg. Wrist curls. Sports involve gripping muscles, especially tennis and golf, so work hard on your forearms. Stress endurance. Do 20 repetitions in each direction. Oftentimes on exercise shows and in books, you see people tell you to stretch out like this. Right? You've seen that before. Okay, that's actually bad for you. It puts a lot of strain on your low back and also on your hamstring. I'm going to show you a better way where you can do the same stretch to give your low back and legs a little bit more flexibility. Go down with a slight bend in your knee and just swing your torso from left to right. Now, even better yet than this would be to do this exercise on the floor, as Skip's showing. Because what happens here is when we're standing up straight, we have our entire weight of our upper body hinging on the ligaments and the muscles in our low back. So this way, we don't have the weight of the upper body hinging forward and the gravity's not pulling down on us. So this is actually a safer stretch. If you notice her knees are slightly bent, they're not completely straight. Another exercise that you often see done wrong and people instruct you to do is this one. They say grab your toes and try to put your chin down to your knees. Well, my goodness, I don't think many people can do that.
I know that when I do it, all I feel is hurt. Now, it's really important to remember that when you're going to stretch out, you're just supposed to feel a stretch, not supposed to feel pain. Okay? Because like they say, no pain, no gain. Don't believe it, because the only thing you're going to gain out of giving yourself pain is injury.
That's absolutely right. So Kit will demonstrate a way you can still do this stretch, bent knees, and you can still gain flexibility in your back, in your hamstring, but you're protecting your ligaments and joints, or your ligaments and tendons, not your joints, by keeping your knees slightly bent. So there we showed you some exercise that you can do. Again, if you're in cold weather, make sure that you take 3 to 4 times as long to really warm your muscles up. Thanks for watching our show. Have a great shaping day. Train hard, but please, always train smart. Bye-bye.
Reebok, the official footwear and apparel sponsor of BodyShaping. BodyShaping has been brought to you by Tone Skincare Bar. After you tone up your body with BodyShaping, tone up your skin with Tone Soap. Hotel accommodations provided by the Bonaventure Resort and Spa in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Oh boy, the new Bodies in Motion t-shirts are here. I just gotta take a peek. Wow, they're even better than I thought.
They sure are. They're made of 100% superior quality shrink-treated cotton with the official Bodies in Motion logo. You get your choice between black, white, and watermelon, and they're only $10.99 each plus $2.50 shipping and handling per order. Send your check or money order to Bodies in Motion, P.O. Box 88046, Honolulu, Hawaii 96830. Be sure to specify black, white, or watermelon and your size, small, medium, large, or extra large. Remember, only $10.99 per shirt. Order as many as you like, and it's still only $2.50 shipping and handling. Bodies in Motion, P.O. Box 88046, Honolulu, Hawaii 96830. That's Bodies in Motion, P.O. Box 88046, Honolulu 96830.
This is the best shirt I've ever worn. Come on, girls.
Crystal Light. Diet Soft Drink.
Exercise and Crystal Light will always get you where you want to go.
Fonda users switch. After 2 years of using Fonda videos, I saw far better results from 2 months of the firm workout. That's an average of all the comparison letters from consumers. These are typical comments. Your advertisement was certainly true. I've noticed a difference in my body in a short time. All the Fonda tapes became boring, and I never saw a difference in my body. This is the first program that shows results in my figure. People don't believe I have 3 children. I'm so surprised at how much fun it is. By far the best of my 9 tapes. Results are much faster. The 60-minute workout uses inexpensive generic weights sold everywhere. A bonus 40 minutes of flawless fitness information gets you started. Visible results within 10 workouts. The firm aerobic workout with weights. Limited offer. Save $10. $39.95 plus $3 shipping. Call now. 1-800-JAM-5000. JAM 5000.
From the Great Wall to Wall Street, one airline brings our nation's business together throughout the U.S. and 13 foreign lands. United Airlines, rededicated to giving you the service you deserve. Come fly the friendly skies.
ESPN, the world leader in motorsports, presents Speed World. Live from Columbus, Ohio, it's the Columbus 500 IMSA Championship Race, presented by the German-engineered Volkswagens and your Volkswagen dealers. By Quaker State Motor Oil, the big Q stands for quality, always has and always will. And by B.F. Goodrich TAs and the all-weather Comp TA. After a sky as foreboding as possible, we just have our first break of sunshine here at the Columbus 2.3-mile, 9-turn road course facility carved out of the streets of this Ohio town. Hello, I'm Ken Squire. With me is Bill Adam, and we're looking forward to bringing you live today the IMSA Prototype Championship event. And what a story we have to tell. Now, we know that many of you folks were anticipating Winston Cup, Nascar racing from North Wilkesboro this afternoon. Inclement weather there, so we're with you live for the commencement of this race. Should North Wilkesboro get underway, we'll go there for the start, and then you'll see a tape delay finish of this event later today here on ESPN. Well, Bill, what a story there is here. Brabham has not won but 2 cars, or rather Nissan has not won but 2 cars in the front row. Jeff Brabham is outside of the front row, and a new name for Team Nissan, Derek Daly, is on the pole.
Well, you really couldn't ask for better stand-in when he comes in and takes your backup car and puts it on the pole for you. It's a perfect position. Jeff Brabham did, however, suffer some problems during qualifying and did not have the full horsepower that he normally has to try and put his car on the pole. This does not take away Derek Daly's feat. Remarkable feat. But I'm going to go out on a limb, and I think this horsepower may create problems for the Nissan today. The only 2 failures they've had this year have been at tight street courses. The Miami course and, of course, last race at San Antonio, Texas. This track is a little bit bumpy, and when the wheels come off the ground and come back down with that tremendous traction the Nissan has shown, the drivetrain really suffers. I don't think you're going to see Brabham win the title today.
This track has tremendous speed, but it's also very tight and very treacherous. When you go to gear, you want to go low for the most part around this course. And the man who stands to gain the most in today's race is standing by with Bob Barsher right now.
Well, Ken, if you were wondering whether Nissan has serious designs on the championship for both drivers and manufacturers, consider that they have a second car in this race. In it, they have put Derek Daly, and the only thing he's accomplished is won the pole for this race, Daly. Were you a little bit surprised, Derek, at taking that pole?
I was a little bit surprised, yes, because I knew I was going to have to learn the circuit, but I got more comfortable with the car every session I did, and I went faster every time out, and I just happened to get the good laps when it counted. So I was surprised, but I was also happy.
I heard a great story about you discussing the course with your teammate, Jeff Brabham. Tell me how that all came down.
Well, we live close by in Noblesville, and Wednesday night we went through last year's videos and a detailed street map, and he told me how to do it, and I did it.
The reasons Derek's driving today, and so far so good in qualifying, but this is a tough race, and I'm going to be a little bit conservative probably, because in my mind the Drivers' Championship's the most important thing today, so we're just going to have to go out and see what happens.
We'll be back for the start of the Columbus Grand Prix, live in the streets of Columbus, Ohio, in just a moment.
Now, let's meet one of the favorites in these summer games.
From St. Louis Mo to the heart of Seoul, he's Spuds McKenzie, Bud Light guru of goodwill. Fans the worldwide flock to his side, whether sharing Bud Light over kimchi or trading pens with Aussies and Fens. He's a sensation with every nation.
It's America's fastest production car, the Callaway Corvette. To create a Callaway Corvette, the entire engine must be built by hand. Nearly 1,500 parts are redesigned or modified. What's one of the few parts that isn't redesigned or modified? A Champion Premium Filter, which is already engineered to meet the most demanding specifications. Champion Oil and Air Filters, the filter line with the highest standards in the world.
At participating Sears, Coast to Coast, Myers, Western Auto Stores, or call the Connection. Just how good are genuine GM parts? Good enough for Dale Earnhardt, 3-time Winston Cup driving champion. And the same kind of quality that goes into the GM parts for his car goes into the GM parts for your car. So get the goods under your hood. Genuine GM parts from your General Motors dealer.
This is ESPN, the Total Sports Network.
This is Bob Jenkins back at North Wilkesboro, North Carolina Speedway, where we are under a rain delay. However, a procedure for starting this race has been worked out. For that story, here's Dr. Dick Berggren in the pit area. Dick?
Well, Bob, all the drivers have donned their driving suits. They're all sitting in their cars strapped in, and the plan is that in a few moments they're going to start all these race cars, run them around the racetrack, and try to dry this speedway out. And if we get lucky, if we get real lucky, and the rain stops, and the racetrack is dry, everybody will come into the pit stop, make a pit stop, and refuel, so everybody will have an equal chance at things. And then, if we get real lucky, we might see the start of a race. I hope so. Everybody here would like to see this thing happen. Bob?
but it looks like that it's beginning to rain again, and in fact, the cars are being covered up once again. So just when we thought we were out of the woods, Ned, here it comes again.
It did look good for so long, and the fans had filled the grandstands. The drivers, as you could see, had put on their driving suits, had crawled in their cars, and were ready, really, to crank them up and go out when the rain started falling again.
Very interesting procedure there with having the track dried by the cars themselves, the laps not counting, and then coming in and actually starting the race then. So it was somewhat of a change of procedure for NASCAR. Dr. Jerry Punch is in the pit area for a conversation with Alan Kulwicki, who'll start outside the front row.
Talk about disappointment for the season. Alan Kulwicki has been so close in 81 races he's run since his Winston Cup career began, and he's yet to get that first victory. And Alan, last week was another example of just the kind of gremlins that have been riding with you here in this Z-Rex Ford.
Well, you know, we did have a really good run going last week. It's too bad we didn't win that race, but it's over and done with. It's time to move on to the next race. And, you know, we've been close a number of times. It's not like we're just getting lucky at one track where we might win, but we're competitive most everywhere we go. And that's the encouraging thing, and that's really what tries to keep us going and work hard during the week to prepare for the next race. And I think we're going to get one pretty soon. I've watched a number of other drivers' careers, and, you know, Bill Elliott, for one, you know, he was close a number of times before he won his first race. And it's just sort of a hump that you have to get over.
Some of the car owners here have said that this man, Alan Kulwicki, is the next superstar in Winston Cup racing. They say that Junior Johnson, Bud Moore, Glenn Wood, all of them have said you're the man of the future. And a lot of them have talked to you about driving their cars down the road. But as of now, you're going to stay put with your own team next year?
It looks that way. I've had a number of offers to drive, but, you know, we've made a lot of progress with this team, and, you know, we're just on the verge of winning one. It's a hard thing to walk away from, and, you know, as of right now, it looks like we'll be back with this team, and Xerox is a sponsor next year.
Alan Kulwicki on the outside front row here for the Holly Farms 400. He will start alongside Bill Elliott. Kulwicki still searching for that first win here in the Z-Rex Ford. Kulwicki has run well here in the past, and he will try to do it today, pick up that first win. But for now, we say so long. From North Wilkesboro, we'll go back to Columbus, Ohio, and Ken Squire.
We're with you live here in Columbus, Ohio. I know you'd expected to be in North Wilkesboro right now, but there is inclement weather in the east. So here we are with 36 cars just about ready for a go. It has turned out to be a gorgeous day. We're at 10 minutes and counting into the start for these drivers in Camel Light as well as prototype competition. And for just a quick moment, let's go down to Bob Barsha on pit road.
Dan Marvin of El Sobrante, California, brings a perfect record into today's 300-kilometer event. He'll sit on the pole in Camel Lights. Dan, you're going to be able to keep that 3 for 3, 3 wins and 3 starts intact?
Well, I sure hope so. This Huffaker-built Pontiac engine is just the ticket for this track. It's very torquey. It's drivable, flexible. I think with a little bit of luck and a little bit of reliability here, which I don't think will be a problem.
We're talking about Dublin, Ohio. This is his local track. That's Bobby Rahal, the 86 Indianapolis champion, who has pulled himself into a qualifying spot to lead all Chevrolets for this event. Bill, a remarkable job.
Well, it's almost getting to be a typical job for Bobby. Any other racetrack in the country, and he is merely brilliant. At Ohio, he is just about God. He is incredible when he gets here, pumped up in front of his hometown crowd, obviously.
And he's standing by on pit road now.
Well, we're down here with Bobby Rahal, and Bobby getting ready for the start of the race. You managed to put the car in qualifying, Bobby, and many people thought that you'd be able to push the Corvette that high.
Well, we tried. You know, we got our work cut out for it, but I feel like we've got a good chance today. We just have to make sure we don't make any mistakes and we stay out of trouble.
Can you win this race 2 times in a row?
Well, that's what I'm here for.
And folks here in Columbus, Ohio, I guarantee you are pulling for that.
The presence of Al Holbert, killed in that Friday night plane crash, is very strong here in Columbus today. Bob Barsha offers this retrospective.
In a sport where athlete and machine each have a life of their own, loyalties are ephemeral, associations short-lived. It was not so with Porsche and Al Holbert, the most successful American road racer ever. They shared a career. Together, they were magical. The magic number for this day in Columbus, Ohio was to be 50. This could have been the day that the Porsche 962 won its 50th IMSA race. It could still happen. This could also have been the day that Al Holbert won his 50th IMSA race. That will not happen. The son of one of America's best road racers of the 50s and 60s, Al Holbert was introduced to racing by watching and helping his father, Bob.
First time I became aware of Al, I was riding with Bob and Eleanor Holbert, Mom and Dad, and little Al, who was about 9 years old.
Teams added 25 more, often thanks to the refinements engineered and tested by Holbert on his own car. In 1983, Porsche invited Holbert to join the factory team at the 24 Hours of Le Mans. He responded to the compliment with a victory in his greatest drive, beating, among others, the man who would soon become his partner, Derek Bell.
And Al had a car that was absolutely dying under his hands, you know, and he drove that thing with smoke pouring out, and I think his drive there, sort of nursing that car to the finish line and sort of it actually sort of almost crumbling into a heap as it crossed the checkered flag line was a sign of his sort of ability. He knew how much that car could take, and it wouldn't take him any further even if he thought it would at that point. But I think that was the finest drive I'll remember him for.
Bell, the dashing world champion from England, paired with Holbert, the quiet, religious American, becoming the most successful driving team of the decade. They shared 16 IMSA victories. In 1986, Bell and Holbert won the two 24-hour races at Daytona and Le Mans back-to-back, the first time ever. In 1987, they did it again. Al Holbert was a quiet man. He was also complex. In 1986, his schedule as a car dealer, race team owner, driver, and company racing manager were not enough of a challenge. He urged Porsche into a new racing arena, Indy cars. His old friend and partner, Derek Bell, wanted to take over the IMSA driving, but Bell was British. Holbert wanted an American driver. He chose Chip Robinson and guided him to the 1987 championship.
He would just really help you build your confidence, and he cared about what you did, and it meant something to him. It wasn't just, you know, the bottom line or go out. There was more than that.
Al Holbert came to Columbus on Friday to help his team. That night, he started to fly home to Warrington, Pennsylvania, to take his son Todd to a Saturday football game. He planned to return to Columbus for today's race, maybe even to share the cockpit for win number 50. That is not to be. But on pit road, they will tell you that every Porsche racer, now and in the future, shares his cockpit with Al Holbert.
Looks like a hungry group this morning.
You bet.
Good, because to stack up to the vitamins in one bowl of total, it takes almost 3 bowls of Special K.
Trudy, I'll have the grape nuts.
Takes 4 bowls of that.
Watch this. Shredded wheat.
12 bowls.
Good, Delaney. Separate checks, please.
With 1 bowl of total, you get 100% of 9 vitamins and iron, and it's the only cereal that's a major source of calcium.
We always love the stuff.
Total, a stack of nutrition in just 1 bowl.
How's everything, boys?
Thumbs up. The burger had a homespun quality I found entertaining. I thought the show was stolen by this saucy French newcomer. How about this Pepsi? I found it refreshing and exciting. A sparkling performance. That's 2 thumbs up.
Pepsi, the choice of a new generation.
In the role of the waitress, I found her...
convincing.
Yet gripping.
Here's a sweet offer from Nestle and Pepsi. Get Nestle Candy free with the purchase of a 6-pack of Pepsi, 16-ounce non-refillable bottles. See coupon on specially marked packages.
The great American face. Rugged, distinctive. The great American razor. Atra, solid, pivots for closeness. The great American face deserves the great American shave. Atra, only from Gillette.
We're not a company, but we'll give you a chance to work where there's always a challenge. We'll give you opportunities to learn, to develop, to perfect skills that you thought were beyond your reach. We'll help you build a career that can reward you for the rest of your life. We're not a company, we're your country. We're the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Marines. We're the Armed Forces. It's a great place to start.
For sports news, turn to the experts. Experts who take you wherever sports happen, whatever time of day. ESPN Sports Center, America's sports authority.
Here we're back out of second gear, accelerate gently up across this bridge. With all that power, you can really get sideways in a hurry. Hard braking, a little bit of squiggling there, watching for oil slicks. Out here, look at this, right up against the wall. Tight around a long corner here, almost blind. Again, very hard braking and back down to second gear once again. Exiting very carefully again. Little bit of bump you have to watch. Carl get really sideways in a hurry. Flash up to third and bend here very carefully. Now hard on the power. Little bit of a straight again. Long stretch in third gear, up into fourth just for a flash, but immediately back down to third, back to second once again. Little shot here. You just get on the gas for a brief moment and finesse the car through. Watch those walls. Third gear, fourth gear, up to 135 miles an hour along here before we're back again under braking. And this corner up ahead, a critical area for passing and setting us up for the entrance to the back straight. Second, third, fourth, fifth gear, and once again, back up to that 160 miles an hour under the railroad bridge. Completes our lap at Columbus.
And if you had the sense that our colleague Bill Adam would like to be out there today, you've in the IMSA Championship, Australian native Jeff Brabham. Going to row number 2, from Dublin, Ohio, defending champion here, Bobby Rahal in the Hendrick Corvette. And alongside the Jaguar, England's Martin Brundle and Denmark's John Nielsen at the controls. For the third row, the second Jaguars on the inside, the Netherlands' Jan Lammers and U.S. star Davy Jones. Going 6th is the 86 Columbus 500 winner. That's Frenchman Bob Wallach with Mauro Baldi. Going to row number 4, the new Peerless Corvette starts in the 7th position with England's David Hobbs and the American Jack Baldwin. And then the Brown and Billy Hagan car starts outside of row 16. Row 17, there you find the Higgins car, number 42, and he'll be doing the driving chore, we understand there. And the Miller Rose car, number 38 on the outside. Row 18 today, and there you have Roger Mandeville's number 93 and Bob Earl all the way on the back of the grid. That Pontiac lost 3 engines this week. It has come out. It will start in the rear, Klein, the co-driver.
Now, for those of you that think you
through this circuit and talked him right onto the pole, here they come. Down for the green as Nissan tries to win the IMSA Championship. Here in Columbus, we're live and underway.
It looked like Bobby Rahal. Yeah, he did. Bobby got a very good start there and slotted himself right on the tail of the Nissans going into a heavy braking area, and I think he does have second place.
Indeed, Bobby Rahal, winner here 1 year ago for Bruce Levin, takes over in second place in the Hendrick Corvette number 22.
Oh, Bobby just gets so pumped up for these races, and I think that is Brabham that has grabbed the lead right off the start. He, of course, is far more familiar with this car, knows how much of a turbo lag to anticipate, whereas Derek is obviously going to be very careful with it.
Jeff Brabham is in the lead. Rahal is in second, and Daly has dropped into third spot. Brundle, driving number 66 Jag, finds himself in the 4th position. Jan Lammers is in 5th. In-car pictures from the VF Goodrich number 67 car in 6th spot. Bob Wallach at the controls as they go down the Civic Center Drive, live here in Columbus. And from the Panasonic in-car, which is running in the Camel Light Series and going for the championship today. See them a little further back here. Back with the leader, and here is the Brabham number 83 up in front.
This is a sight that we're becoming so familiar with this year. Just an incredible 700-plus horsepower vehicle with unbelievable traction. It really, and look at this further back in the picture. We see the other Nissan is challenging Rahal and has got him braking at the end of the straight. That's 160 miles an hour right down to 35 miles an hour at this point. And here he's laying on a lot of power, as much as he can possibly give. But look at Brabham really stretching a strong lead early in the race. These are such impressive cars. They have not really shown any signs of weakness this year as they've been driven, other than that road course weakness. And of course, at Miami, they had braking problems. At San Antonio, Texas, because of the tremendous power and the traction. The traction is equally as important.
The competition will be coming to you live on ESPN if the weather gets better in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. We'll be back with more of the Columbus 500 in a moment.
From the people who taught you to expect a lot of car for the money, well, here comes another lesson. Before you buy a car, test drive a Fox at your local Volkswagen dealer.
Bob Strange, B.F. Goodrich test engineer.
After years of testing B.F. Goodrich tires, we've developed the all-weather Comptier. It's a real performer in any kind of weather. I believe the all-weather Comptier is the best high-performance all-weather tire in the world. I mean all-weather.
B.F. Goodrich TAs, tested tough to make your car perform.
A tradition of horsepower. For the second consecutive year, Budweiser racing teams captured 3 national championships. Bobby Rahal in the Bud Indy car. Kenny Bernstein in the Budweiser King. And Jim Cropfeld in Miss Budweiser. It's a tradition of horsepower that keeps Budweiser ahead of the pack. Racing fans,
lights the fuse. The Cowboys' Herschel Walker explodes through the defense. Minnesota and Dallas go head-to-head on NFL Sunday Night Football at 8 Eastern live on ESPN.
Well, just at the end of Washington Boulevard, Bruce Levin has brought the brand new Porsche 962 to a halt after a skirmish down there, which we can show you what happened to him with this brand new car.
Now, this is a real heavy braking area. Bruce starts to turn in, and a little bit of contact with the car. Now, look, he cannot turn. The car goes straight and whoomp. That's where you really appreciate a tire barrier sitting there. It has destroyed the fiberglass nose section of that car, but the car itself and the driver are all right. He just could not turn in because he was forced out.
From the Northwest, Bruce Levin, brand new $500,000 car in dire straits here in the early going. We're coming to you live from Columbus.
Well, gentlemen, let's not be too hasty in blaming Bruce Levin for that accident. That car is not entirely dialed in, and here's the reason. It's the future of IMSA racing. It's a twin turbocharged Porsche that was brought over from Germany this past Monday. The previous Friday, the team had been told that they weren't going to be able to get the car into the country because the customs people wouldn't let it go because the Environmental Protection Agency hadn't examined it. The EPA hadn't examined it because it hadn't been brought into the country yet. The team worked all weekend to get a mountain of paperwork moved to Washington. They got the car on Monday, put it on a truck Tuesday. It came here to Columbus on Wednesday. They worked 48 straight hours to prepare it for racing. It went out in practice. Klaus Ludwig wasn't happy with it. He took the 85 car. Team owner Bruce Levin gets the state-of-the-art machine.
Second the other year they ran the event. Pretty good finishing record for Bruce Levin's people.
Oh, and here's a pace car out, and obviously they're going to put that out to clean it out of the way. And for the NASCAR fans watching, you're going to get the same thing. We're going to get the field all bunched up and get to start racing all over again.
A great afternoon. The sun is out, skies are blue, and we'll be back for more of the Columbus 500 after these messages.
We used to sell a Volkswagen for people with more sense than money. We still do. Before you buy a car, test drive a Volkswagen Fox at your local Volkswagen dealer.
Quaker State, the big Q stands for quality.
We engineer quality into every drop of Quaker State motor oil. Only Quaker State has QSX, an advanced formula proven to run clean for unbeatable protection from wear and tear. Before our oil's good enough for your car, we prove that it works in our car.
Quaker State quality. We don't just talk about it, we live by it.
Quaker State, the big Q stands for quality. Always has, always will.
And on NFL primetime, it's the Bills and Bears in a showdown at Soldier. Also, will Boomer and the Bengals stay unbeaten against the Raiders? And can the Rams make it 5 in a row? Find out all the answers on NFL Primetime with Pete Axthelm, Tom Jackson, John Saunders, and yours truly.
Live from Columbus, Ohio, the Columbus Ford Dealers 500, and here you see Team Nissan in first and second place. A rare opportunity here in the Midwest to see cars racing through the streets. It's the streets of Columbus, Ohio, a city that may not be as well known to some of you as some others. Marty Reed, a hometowner, gave us a quick look at Columbus, Ohio.
Time was not so long ago that when you said the name of my city, Columbus, people thought that cow town where Ohio State football was played. Well, the cows are still here at the University School of Agriculture, and yes, football is still here also. In fact, yesterday, the Illini upset Ohio State 31-12. Disappointing, 90,000 at Ohio Stadium. But in fact, our city has turned into quite a sports town. Jack Nicklaus, a native son, brought the Memorial Tournament to his own Muirfield Village Golf Club. And USA Today ranks Columbus in the top 5 as best places to locate a Major League Baseball franchise. And the city is ready with a plan to expand Cooper Stadium, the current home of the New York Yankees AAA farm team. There are other features of Columbus. We're the state capital, but you probably knew that. And the skyline, once dominated by the Lincoln Levesque building, is growing. It's tenanted increasingly by corporate headquarters of major companies such as Borden's and Wendy's. And bucking a national trend, support for the arts, such as the Columbus Symphony under the direction of Grammy Award winner Christian Badia, is also growing. And when the Nick Nolte film Teachers was made, it was filmed at the venerable old Central High School. The name was changed to John F. Kennedy High. In March, it will become the site of the Son of Heaven Ancient Chinese Artifact Exhibit. And the building site is part of a new major downtown development project. So, Ken, that's a little bit about my home, Columbus, a city on the move. This weekend, just a little bit faster than most others.
Marching to a very special tempo. Thank you, Marty Reed. Great piece about the city of Columbus, where you see Team Nissan out in front. It's Brabham first and Derek Daly. You know, these two guys go back a ways. And you think about it, Bill, they didn't just come into this for this event. Back in the 70s, they were together in Europe in Formula 3 competition in those days. And I believe that it was Derek Daly who won in Formula 3, and Jeff Brabham was second back in the late 70s.
It's funny, what goes around comes around. Very interesting, too. I chatted with Derek yesterday, just comparing the Indy cars, the kart vehicles, with the GTP car. And he finds the Nissan is faster accelerating than his kart car. Really amazing.
Derek Daly was telling me that the last time he sat on a pole was 1979. So, of course, then I get an IndyCar racing, Formula 1, a little more competitive thing. But he was back in the Formula 2 days in 79 until he came here to Columbus, that he's had an opportunity to start right on the point. He's taken a good advantage here. He lies second. Jeff Brabham is first. And you see Bobby Rahal in third, the man that won it a year ago after he called the shot. He told his wife the day before, I'm going to take this one home, and did so.
Yep. Saw Bobby and Debbie wandering around here yesterday, and I'm sure Debbie would be very happy for her husband to do that once again. There's a fan watching all these exciting cars out there right now.
Tremendous crowd has gathered. A little light this morning and looked terribly foreboding for weather, but it is straightened out, made us a beautiful day for this Columbus Ford Dealers 500, which has, after we mentioned the top 3, Jaguars running 4th and 5th. Brundle is there. 7 of the 81 laps are now complete. Lammers is running in 5th. Wallach is in 6th. Cyril Vandemerver has brought the 2nd Corvette up to the 7th position. And David Hobbs with the new Peerless Corvette is being shown in 8th position. David qualified very well in the number 76 Budweiser car, which you saw right there. We should be getting a start very shortly. Let's pause for these messages and be back for the green to fall.
From the people who taught you to expect a lot of car for the money, well, here comes another lesson. Before you buy a car, test drive a Fox at your local Volkswagen dealer.
BF Goodrich Update 14 with Bob Strange, test engineer. Subject, racing dynamics.
Often tires can be the deciding factor in a race, but they must be made to work in conjunction with the suspension and aerodynamics of the car. Here to explain further is team owner Jim Busby.
There are many factors that will determine how well the modern-day racing car will get its power to the ground. We use tires as a tuning device. We also have adjustments for caster, camber, toe-in, toe-out, and ground clearance that will also help that in performance. We can use chassis rake and a combination of wing angles to determine the aerodynamic downloading on the car. By changing any one of these devices or adjustments, we're capable of changing the handling characteristics radically on the car.
Thanks, Jim. Racing in cars such as this, and under these widely varying conditions, helps us to bring you a better high-performance tire.
B.F. Goodrich TAs, tested tough to make your car perform.
We're at North Wilkesboro, North Carolina Speedway. I'm Bob Jenkins, and things are looking better again as the rain is holding off for the moment. Let's go to Jerry Punch, who is out in the weather, and he can update us on exactly what the conditions are. Jerry?
Well, Bob, it has stopped raining about 10 minutes ago, and as you can hear, the field has come to life. They have fired the 30 starters here at Wilkesboro, and they're going to put the race cars on the racetrack and try to get some heat into the asphalt. That will dry the track much quicker than running safety vehicles around the racetrack. Now, what they're going to try to do is run these cars for a little while. They'll bring them down pit road and top off the tanks and possibly go to green and start running the race. But the bad news, we are starting to feel some more raindrops here at North Wilkesboro. Let's go back in the garage area to Dick Berggren. Dick?
Well, I'm with the hottest driver in the field, and he's Benny Parsons. Nothing's happened. No car has moved, although they're starting to. And this guy has already picked up 2 spots. How do you do it? 2 competitors, Morgan Shepherd and Rick Wilson, have chosen to go on Hoosier tires after they qualified on Goodyear. That kicked them back in the field. Benny was dead last. He's picked up 2 spots already. We still have some more rain. These guys can be thinking about what they're going to change on these cars. Who knows? Benny may start on the pole. Bob?
Thank you, Dick. And you can see the cars begin to move out now. Remember, they are only out there to dry the track. They are not racing at the moment. We will continue to update you. Right now, we go back to Columbus, Ohio.
We're back with you in Columbus, Ohio. The green flag just out, and we're watching Jeff Brabham pull away from Derek Daly in second place. Bobby Rahal's Corvette maintaining that 3rd spot with the Jaguars, then running in 4th and 5th. Green and white colors of number 60 and 66. Bill Adam alongside, watching the action on this 2.3-mile, 9-turn road course. A great day, a wonderful crowd here in Columbus, Ohio, to enjoy what could be the greatest moment of the year for Nissan.
Rahal is spun coming onto the bridge that crossed over the river at one point. A very dangerous, very difficult spot to get himself out of because he's in a blind corner. He's going to try and spin that car around as quickly as he can, and really he's just blocking traffic right now for somebody. Oh, come on, Bobby, move it. You can see he has to be so careful when he backs up. He cannot just get the luxury of backing as quickly as he wants because he doesn't want to damage that wing. Very critical on a high-speed road course like this. He does not want to lose the rear downforce, and he has lost a tremendous amount of time. He is underway, no damage, the car is fine, and he won't have flat spotted the tires.
And he didn't lose any body work, which could have happened there.
Right,
you can see.
I don't think he will have to make a pit stop. He's just going to have to charge back up through the field here now, and there he goes, he's charging already.
Give one of the corner workers right on top of it and alerting those drivers behind Rahal in that blind corner. There was trouble in front, and nobody nipped the Hendrick Corvette. Some of those real engines out here today. More from Columbus in a moment.
Better. The next stop on ESPN's World Tour 88, sponsored by Thrifty Car Rental, is Hawaii for the NFL Pro Bowl. If you're a winner, we'll take you and a guest to Honolulu for an all-expense-paid week of sun and fun, including tickets to the Pro Bowl. For details on how to enter, call 1-800-525-ESPN. That's 1-800-525-ESPN. Remember, whenever you travel, Thrifty Car Rental has over 650 locations to serve you worldwide.
It's a splash in the heat of the day. Just a sip and you're gonna say, hey, 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 can't stop it, can't stop it. Feeling you get from the Coca-Cola Classic. Can't beat the feeling.
Sable is a mercury. so naturally it's comfortable. Comfortable even in the corners. Comfort and control together in one car. Isn't it time you looked into a Mercury where comfort and control are one?
Pronto, the fastest growing name in auto parts today. Pronto, featuring quality auto parts at lower prices. Pronto oil and air filters are designed to meet or exceed your car's original manufacturer's specifications. Pronto oil and air filters provide the protection demanded by today's high-technology engines.
When you need to know about auto parts, ask the pro at Pronto.
This is not the time to learn that all antifreezes aren't the same. What's in your radiator?
Come on, answer.
Mr. Smith and Mr. Jones are frequent travelers. Mr. Smith's room costs $45 a night. Mr. Jones pays only $29.95 at Budgetel. Both get big, spacious rooms, but Mr. Jones gets free satellite TV. Mr. Smith pays for local calls. Mr. Jones's calls are free at Budgetel. Mr. Smith lies awake wondering how to keep up with the Joneses. Mr. Jones falls sound asleep, counting his savings. Budgetel. For reservations, call toll-free.
His name is Ayrton Senna, and he's been burning up the tracks on the Formula One circuit all season long. He'll be back in the fast lane at the Grand Prix of Spain, Monday night at 9 Eastern on ESPN.
Well, the track management here at North Wilkesboro and NASCAR tried their best, but things just weren't to be here today as they sent the cars out onto the track to dry it, but then it started to rain again. The cars have been moved back into the garage area, and that means that this race has been postponed until 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. Jerry Punch is in the garage area.
Well, Bob, as you mentioned, they have brought the cars back in the garage area. They've lined them up here. Well, NASCAR will impound the cars one by one. Here's the Elliott car that will start on the pole tomorrow. Rusty Wallace climbing out of his car back here. So the entire starting field here at North Wilkesboro will be impounded tonight by the NASCAR officials, and hopefully with clear skies tomorrow, we will go to green at 11 a.m. tomorrow for the Holly Farms 400.
All right, now the last rainout in a Winston Cup race was in 1987, last year at Watkins Glen. So what happens during an impound, Ned?
Well, of course, they're not permitted to work on the car, certainly not permitted to take the cars away from the garage area. I would assume that they might go through an inspection again. However, they have enough NASCAR officials to watch these cars until everybody has left the garage area to be sure that no work is done on them. So I'm not sure if they will have to go through inspection again tomorrow morning before they roll them out on the line, but I suspect they will.
In any case, we are finished for the day here at North Wilkesboro. A rainout and a reschedule for 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, and we will be here. In the meantime, we have racing for you this afternoon as we go back to Columbus, Ohio in the IMSA race.
Well, back in Columbus, the bad news is Bobby Rahal is out of the race. Bob, what happened?
Oh, I missed a shift and I just over-revved it to about 8,400 and ate the red line and ran a couple more laps and was trying to catch back up, and then all of a sudden it just started to rattle, and rather than blow it up, but obviously it had enough.
Obviously, disappointment. Was there any extra pressure as far as the hometown fans? I think once after the spin,
I was feeling really good because the car was handling reasonably well. I don't know what happened on the spin. Just like I hit some oil or water or something. It just came right around, and because it was fine after that, and then it happened again right towards the end. Like I had something leaking that might have been getting on the tires, but who knows? It's just disappointing because the car was running good. I thought we were in there with a chance.
Columbus's favorite out of the race, Ken.
Last year's winner, Bobby Rahal, two-time kart champion. Not going to make it today here at Columbus. An event which the man who really fostered his career had so much to do with, like Jim Truman. It was one of his favorite events to bring a big motorsports event for charity through the streets of Columbus, Ohio. And of course, gave us I think, is one of the most beautiful tracks in America, Mid-Ohio. Look at the tough track we have here.
Yeah, and a point I should bring out right here, too, that the Nissan leading Jeff Brabham's car and the Jaguar Martin Brundle are both running with headlights on. This is not something normal required by racing cars. They are not going through dark sections, for those of you wondering. It's simply for traffic they're coming up on. It maybe will get that person to notice them just that little bit quicker and make sure they see them to make a good, safe pass. That's all it's for.
Derek Daly continuing to run second. The Campbell Light cars are Daly's biggest concern for this race.
The thing with racing two different classes in the one race, you have to be so aware of the slower car in front of you. And sometimes you see accidents where the slower guy takes the quicker car out, and it's unfair to blame the slower cars all the time because they're having a race of their own too. But I think tomorrow's strategy will be presume the slower cars don't see you and never make the pass until you're 100% clear and sure that you're going to get through.
But Derek has a problem here. That is, those slower cars are there, but nipping away at the tail end of that number 84 is the Jaguar of Martin Brundle.
In the Budweiser 2 sports car.
Steve Horn stood behind the pits and watched Scott Pruitt. Spent a lot of time talking to Jeff Brabham as well in the last 2 days. More in a moment.
From the people who taught you to expect a lot of car for the money, well, here comes another lesson. Before you buy a car, test drive a Fox at your local Volkswagen dealer.
In communities across America, there's a working spirit. People working together with a feeling of pride. When that feeling exists, there's Dickies Work Clothes. America, it still works. Dickies, the brand it works in. Dickies, made with Celanese Fortrell polyester.
You know the real thing well, you got it. Can't beat it, you can't beat it. The feeling you get holding on to the real thing. Can't beat it, can't beat the feeling. Coca-Cola Classic.
ESPN lets the good times roll as America's top bowlers try to strike it rich. Defending champion Scott Devers leads the field at the Tucson Challenge Wednesday night, live on ESPN.
23 laps are complete as Jeff Brabham continues to lead in our live coverage of the Columbus 500. The streets of Columbus, Ohio, 2.3-mile course, 81 laps the distance. 180 plus miles, and it is Nissan first and second. Brabham, and followed right in his trail is car number 84, Derek Daly, and we're watching the number, and there's trouble on a Jaguar, and it is big, serious. That is the third place car.
That's, yes, it is Brundle.
Martin Brundle has caught a wall in car number 16 and collapsed the nose of that 12-cylinder Jag, all torn up. Limping back toward the pits. Visibility gone. It looks like he may have suffered some structural damage.
Well, he's going to try and drag it back in. The unfortunate part, he is most of the lap to go. He is just onto the main straight right now.
And leaking fluid.
Yes. Very, very dangerous.
Third place car, number 66. And this car was also in the incident. One of the Hessert-Loring team cars. Campbell Light. Take a look. We have part of it we can show you from this 9-turn, 2.3-mile course. In replay, here's part of what happened.
Look how close that number 60 car is. It almost took both Jaguars out. And look at the water and oil coming out. Or that's probably just water. But just terrible.
Moretti and Phillips in the 962 right behind them as well. 66 limping around the course, trying to get back, and it's a long way around. It's a good 1.5 to 2 miles to get back to the pit area for this car that is really trashed.
Now, this will not do the engine any good at all. He is coming back with most of the water, if not all of it, gone. And those are aluminum engine V12s.
Lammers now takes over in third. The number 67 goes into fourth. Klaus Ludwig moves into 5th in the number 85, and David Hobbs comes into 6th in that new Peerless Corvette. Safety car is coming on the track, as we understand, for the car that is impaled on the wall. Still trying to get this number 66 all the way back to the garage area is Martin Brundle to the pit area.
Now, a problem Martin's going to have right down there where we're looking.
He's into the pits.
They have to make a U-turn at that point, literally a 180-degree corner. And watch, he may have trouble. There he is, trying to spin the car around, pushing the clutch and revving it up and dumping the clutch and just do a little bootleg turnaround there.
Here's Marty Reed.
Well, a $10,000 nose section has been demolished, and obviously the crew, with the motor shut off, he overshot the pit mark just a little bit. They're going to have to pull him back. There are fluids leaking out from underneath, a lot of hissing. Sounds like they could have gotten the cooling system. This is definitely going to be a lot longer stop than they had hoped for. The crew just looking a little bit dismayed at this point.
Well, stripping away some of the parts broken on car number 66. Marty Reed standing by for the later developments on this machine. Lammers in the number 60 Jag carries the entire weight on his shoulders now for Team Jaguar. It started so brilliantly in Daytona back in February, and there's the second car involved from the Hessert-Lorraine stable. There you see it just at the entrance as it was pulling onto the Town Street Bridge is where it came to naught.
That's right. That is where the Hessert car is. The Jag actually hit the wall on the far end of the bridge, I believe. Makes me wonder if someone didn't lay out
full course caution. Second one of the day here at Columbus in our live coverage of the Columbus 500. Stay tuned for more.
The Clydesdales, the symbol of Budweiser quality, of Beechwood aging, the choicest natural ingredients, and a genuine commitment to freshness and taste. One beer lives up to all this. Budweiser.
You can ride with the wind when you're one with the road. You can feel every move, you're in control. It's the new spirit, gotta be the spirit of Dodge. It's the new spirit of Dodge. The new spirit of Dodge.
We'll be at the Schaefer's, okay?
Remember, no parties.
Sure, Dad.
Yes, they're gone. Come over.
Let's start it. Bring out the party. Let's break it out now. Coca-Cola Classic.
I can't believe they went home.
Great. Just great.
This is ESPN, the Total Sports Network.
Back live in Columbus, Ohio, where Jaguars' Martin Brundle is sitting on the pit wall after bringing the terminally broken number 66 Jaguar to the pits. Martin, what happened?
Came across the yellow back marker, the Dunlop car, I think, and clearly didn't see us coming up behind him. To the situation I was in the race, if we were going to stay in touch with the Nissans, I was going to have to keep on their tails for sure and make them work their brakes, and they were for sure as what was happening. Particularly Daly's rear tyres were going off. This will give him a chance to get them back again. He's driving harder than Brabham is to do the same job, but he's fending me off from Brabham. So clearly I was going to have to stay on their tail and wait for a situation that would enable me to make up ground when they got stuck in back markers. Unfortunately, I got knocked to the outside of the hairpin on the previous lap. In fact, it was on the same lap. And lost some time going wide. So I lost touch with the Nissans, and only by 3 or 4 seconds or something. And then passing the Dunlop car over the river there, just turned in, had absolutely nowhere to go, took me straight in the wall. The car survived it amazingly well because I went head first straight into it, but it's tweaked the suspension, obviously the radiator. It looks disastrous because the nose cone's all off, but that's like a 2-minute job to replace. The problem is the radiator.
Well, a tough break sat into a great day for Martin Brundle.
More of the Jaguar story is developing as to where does John Nielsen now take his driving for today. Here's Marty Reed.
Well, John Nielsen will be looking to take over for Jan Lammers. The question is, what kind of shape is that car in right now?
Well, that's still running pretty good, so we hope I'll get into that and see if I get some points. The other one is finished. It damaged the radiator, and they couldn't repair it in time.
David Hobbs having a great afternoon. Running well up in 6th spot. What is your game plan for today's race, David?
The game plan here, Kenley, is to finish the race and therefore sit on the podium in first place, spraying champagne all over the place, collecting lots of dough and a nice cup.
What did he say?
Green flag is out, and we're back underway another time. Bravo and Daly pulling away. Jaguar now with Lammers. He trying to contain the Nissans from that step closer to a manufacturer's championship here in Columbus, Ohio. It's live again. The Holly Farms 400 North Wilkesboro rained out. Post time, 11 o'clock tomorrow on that 5/8 mile asphalt. In-car camera giving you some very dramatic pictures here.
Great time here. Oh, and the number 60 Jaguar, we just got a report, is heading into the pits. There he is, going into that tight turn. Again, he tries to spin the Jag. Oh, and he didn't make it. Had to back up. Oh, slammed the wall. Unbelievable. All that time under yellow. It's got to be a tire going down. No, there's something more than that. They're pulling the whole front clip off. It's jammed on there. They're trying to pull it back to get the springs loose.
Marty.
Well, they're working on the car feverishly. This was a complete surprise. You noticed when we were talking to John Nielsen, he basically was in the street clothes still, not even close to getting ready to go out. Now they are getting the front nose piece to try and come off. There are all kind of problems with the duct tape that they've got sealing it to the main frame of the car. They're finally going to get that taken care of. They're going to put a new nose section on. They seem to be working with now one remaining electronic cable that reads the system, the electronic computer system, and they are looking at that left front tire, feverishly trying to get it down and get back into this race, but the Jaguars' chances have literally been put in the pits.
Well, you think that 84 car is in trouble. That is Daly slowing down in one of the Nissans. Car's been running second since the outset and set on the pole. 84 is off its speed, and look at the field just blow by.
I think now is that right rear tire going down. I can't get a look at it very clearly.
This all happening at lap 29.
It looks like, yeah, the right rear tire is flat. He's coming in for that. Other than that, he's going slowly enough. He shouldn't damage the suspension, but the right rear is flat for sure. And there's a car, that's the Blaufunk Porsche, the 962 at Dyson Racing up against the wall. Everything is happening at once. He's still running.
Trying to get righted. One of the 962s trying to get back into it.
That is an ultra-fast braking area. I would expect what has taken place in that opening lap at the drop of the green. There has been a lot of contact between cars. With the Jag coming in and the problem, the Nissan having the flat right rear, and the Dyson car having spun at the end of the straight. There's just been a lot of bumping and banging out there.
Well, that's the team that came out early and won at Miami and then won at San Antonio, also having trouble. And here comes that Nissan, number 84, gliding down onto pit road.
Now, again, for NASCAR fans, they have to come in very slowly. They do not have the strong suspensions that the stock cars have. Bob Barsha.
We are here, and it looks like the right front corner was the problem. The tire had gone down. There doesn't appear to be suspension damage. The right rear, I see now, is the problem is they take off the tire absolutely mangled. The front left wheel was up off the ground coming in, so I guess we should have known right rear was the problem. But other than that, it looks like 4 new skins all around and a full tank of gas will be all that Derek Daly needs. Keep in mind that there is perhaps a hidden benefit in this, in that Daly now has a full load of fuel and fresh rubber. He might be able to go a long, long time with the car set up as it is now.
Now, as I started to explain, for the NASCAR people, they can go fairly quickly on a blown tire because they are so solid. These suspensions, to get the cars lightweight, are a lot more fragile, and therefore, if you have a flat, you have to go very slowly around to the pits. Daly is, however, back up under speed now, and he doesn't look like there's any problems.
And the car that's come to second place is the BF Goodrich Porsche 962. Bob Wallach, the Frenchman, is up into the second position now and trying to close in.
And in third place, right behind Wallach, is Klaus Ludwig. Now, there's in-car right behind it. Look at this.
He's trying to get by Derek Daly a lap down. Derek says, thank you, no.
No, this is going to be a great example of horsepower here. Let's watch the Nissan and watch the Porsche and see how they compare. One is the V6 turbo is directly ahead of us. We are in a flat 6 turbo. And it is pulling away. Definitely does have horsepower. Wallach is closing up a little under braking. Oh, a little smoke up the turbo there. Now we're entering the long straight. Here the Nissan is getting a chance to show that it's the equivalent of Ben Johnson. Lots of steroids underneath that though.
Car number 63, Jim Downey's car has pitted. And look for that picture is how they bottom out. Full tank of fuel on board. Here they are in that tight hairpin where you can really make some ground.
Here we go again. Return. See the Nissan puts down the power so well. It isn't just the horsepower. Obviously a very, very good engine, but it really gets the traction on the ground. And if they can finish with that second Nissan in a supporting, a blocking back roll, it would be a perfect situation.
Well, it must be in the driver's meeting. They told them that was a no-no because yesterday we watched the corner workers down here at the end of the pits on that tight horseshoe have a problem with Cyril Vandermerve. They rolled him back 2 or 3 times, and finally Cyril came in and threw it around there, and they gave him a standing ovation. Not the case today. It'll cost you 10 seconds. More from Columbus, Ohio, live in a moment.
It's America's fastest production car, the Callaway Corvette. To create a Callaway Corvette, the entire engine must be built by hand. Nearly 1,500 parts are redesigned or modified. What's one of the few parts that isn't redesigned or modified? A Champion Premium Filter, which is already engineered to meet the most demanding specifications. Champion Oil and Air Filters, the filter line with the highest standards in the world.
At participating Sears, Coast to Coast, Myers, Western Auto Stores, or call the Connection.
Bob Strange, BF Goodrich test engineer.
The trick to building great all-terrain tires is making them as good off-road as on. All-terrain TAs from BF Goodrich are tested in some of the roughest off-road situations in the world. I believe TA radials are the best performance tires in the world, and I torture them to keep them that way.
BF Goodrich TAs, tested tough to make your truck perform. Quaker State congratulates Ricky Rudd and his Quaker State Buick for a thrilling bumper-to-bumper victory at Watkins Glen.
If you're like me, you want your engine to perform. You want it to run clean, and you don't want sludge. That's why you and I both need Quaker State with QSX. No other oil runs cleaner or fights sludge better. And the Quaker State I use in my car is the same oil you can buy right off the shelf for your car.
Quaker State. The big Q stands for quality. Always has, always will.
It's time for a Quick Fact. Quick Facts are brought to you by Quaker State Motor Oil. The big Q stands for quality. Always has, always will.
Bruce Levin has brought the latest edition of the Porsche 962 to Columbus this weekend. It's the car sitting in front of us, and there are some subtle differences between this car and the older one. As you can tell, just looking at the nose, you can see the different ducting along the front pieces. Also, as you go down the side of the car, you'll notice that there's some changes there. And the big difference is when you get to the rear section. Notice that the wing on the new car is now attached to the chassis, whereas in the old version of the 962 it was attached to the actual body panel part. But the key to this car over the other is the brand new twin turbo system. You'll notice the difference right off the bat is that the exhaust now comes out the side of the car instead of the top. And this power plant will give them about 650 horsepower, and Porsche is pinning this motor for its hopes to beat the Nissans.
Thank you, Marty. 34 laps are complete. As car number 83, Brabham, stays in front. The story, for the most part, about the championship is right on pit road. Down there you see car number 18. That is the Price Cobb machine. It's been in for some time, and as it stays in there, you can pretty much count Price Cobb out of the championship battle for drivers this year, and the same can be said for Nielsen for Jaguar. He was running second to Brabham coming into this race today, but they've had their problems in both cases, and it looks like Jeff Brabham will take the drivers' championship when the afternoon is over.
Well, it certainly does appear that way. And we've got to also bring up that other problem, that's the weather that exists further out on the East Coast. At the North Wilkesboro race, the Holly Farms 400, will be shown at 11 a.m. tomorrow.
Rain today in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. Heavy week coming up for Winston.
Aren't you glad I'm here with you? My wife always says that I bring the good weather with me.
You certainly did, because that was not the prediction yesterday for the weather here, which has turned out beautifully in Columbus. Now let's take a look at Camel Lights. And in that category, car number 55, Dan Marvin out of Berkeley, California. And the AC Delco Pontiac is having a marvelous day.
Yeah, these fellas have had a marvelous bunch of races in a row now. It's the Huppiker Racing Team from Sears Point, California. I was corrected on that. I once said they're from Petaluma. They are not. From Sears Point, right at the racetrack. Joe Huppiker has a very, very good garage that obviously has done a wonderful job of preparing this car, and Dan seems to be so well suited to it. Whether it's a fast track or a street track, he is really driving flawlessly.
And here's a nice fact. Colin Truman, son of Jim Truman, is driving second now in Camel Light in the Morgan car number 01. Colin Truman, having a dandy race, is up to second place. Sister Michelle is here watching, and I'm sure the Truman family is delighted with the performance he's putting on as he tries to chase down this man, number 55, Marvin, continuing to lead for Pontiac. Pontiac Firebirds running 1, 2, 3 because Costas Los is back in the third position. There they are under that railroad bridge, and you really get a sense about how narrow that rascal is from that particular vantage point.
Well, it really gets narrow, too, at 150 and 160 miles an hour. You're threading the needle. There's a great interval. That's the 01 car, the second-place machine back there. And Dyson Racing, the 962, just coming up the inside to outbreak him.
Colin Truman looking good. Costas Lowe's third, and the number 9 of Essex Racing with David Loring at the controls is currently being showing fourth, and then running in fifth is Howard Katz. That's the Mazda out of the Downing Racing stable, number 70 in fifth. Scott Schubot is maintaining sixth in Camel Light as we look a little further back in the field. From the Camel Light in car, look at the streets of Columbus here today.
The Jim Downing Mazda.
And aren't you impressed with how well Columbus has put this race together? They've had some trouble with manhole covers. There have been some slight difficulties here, but generally, so well executed and so well done.
It's so true. Alan Wilson, the man who puts this race on, just tries to do everything possible. And they do not have a perfect facility. He is the first one to admit it, but he keeps trying, and every single thing he hears about is wrong, he tries to correct. We really appreciate the hospitality up here.
And I'll tell you another thing, the corner workers here have been outstanding in the last 2 days. I think they're the same folks that work Mid-Ohio. They really know their task and do it well. Somebody ought to do a story about those people, because all those signals and hand signals and the various tasks which they perform on each corner to keep these cars running and not overrunning and going over the top of each other. Street course like this, it's tough work. This is as good as it gets.
They are.
Let's go back to the leaders again and take a look at the prototype leader, number 83, Jeff Brabham. What a magnificent season for him. 8 wins right in a row, just clipping them off before he came to San Antonio. 37 laps are now complete. And for Don Devendorf, who people kind of laughed about, gave him Dr. Strangelove title, working away by himself on those cars. He and Kaz Kastner and all those people have put together a team that is as formidable as anything in Europe these days in that C2 competition. Would you like to see that team go to the lawn? I'd love to see this 83 car.
I would as well.
The Europeans. I think he'd thrash them.
You know, we just saw a few moments ago the new Bayside 962, the Bruce Levin car, and that is the car that is dominant in Europe. It's identical to the Bruin car I drove at Le Mans last year. Really a wonderful car that kills the competition. And then we look at how far off the pace it is here with the Nissan. It does make you want to see this car.
There you see the second place car going by. And now we're getting a look at the third place car. There's the 85. So you have first, second, third there, and an idea about where they are positioned for those top 3 positions. And there you see the brilliant Klaus Ludwig.
Well, that's
here for money to make this run. And they thought he was going to drive the big car. Excuse me, Bill. They thought he was going to drive the brand new car. But he felt more comfortable in this one. And look at the job he's doing.
Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb at this point. And I said earlier, I didn't think the Nissan was going to win today.
And I disagree.
I still think you're going to see this car do it.
I'll tell you what, Adam.
You might not tell me now.
Listen now, over at Lime Rock, and that Lime Rock is as tough a track on a car as this is. And that Nissan just devoured that track that day. Remember? And the Jaguar, they got that confrontation, ran him off on the grass, and they fought their way back through. Well, that Lime Rock is as tough a course as this on a car. It's got old asphalt. It weathers hard up there in Connecticut. I think the Nissan's going to last the day. So let's see, for what? A hamburger when it's over?
I don't know if I can afford that from what you pay me.
There's your third place man. Once again, Klaus Ludwig. Running fourth is the car number 76 being driven by David Hobbs in the premier performance for the new Peerless Corvette. Here's your leader, number 83. Brabham just doesn't do something.
I was just going to say, Mr. Smooth. He does nothing wrong. It's almost a boring performance. He is so perfect in this car. He gets in very, very close to corners before he jumps on the brakes. And you watch the car. It never gets sideways either under braking or acceleration.
We talked to Jeff Brabham about this car and if the Nissan was fragile for a street course like this.
Well, I don't think so. Let's face it, we had problems in all different types of racetracks last year, but this year the reliability of the race car has been extremely good. And if you take these type of racetracks, we were on the pole at Miami, and we led fairly easily till we had a brake problem, but the car ran reliably for the whole race. West Palm Beach we won, which is a 3-hour street race. Then at San Antonio, the car was extremely good throughout the weekend, and we broke a drive shaft 2.5 hours into the race, and that was something that was found to be suspect in regards to the heat treat of that particular part. So, I've got a lot of confidence in the car right now, and I don't think this track's going to be particularly hard on it as compared to some others, especially as it's a shorter race.
See, Adam? Brabham agrees with me. Well, car number 52 is in the pits. The second Hendrick car on pit road. Here's Bob Barsham.
Cyril van der Merwe was not able to make that swing at the end of the pit, so he just popped that sucker into reverse, spun the wheels, got it backward. Safety workers ran everywhere, got it into the pits. Elliott Forbes Robinson, the pride of Denver, North Carolina, has taken over in Rick Hendrick's car. He is down the road. No penalty, I guess, for spinning it in reverse.
All right, Elliott. They were running in 10th position. Well, let's see. Maybe there's a penalty. No, there's no penalty. Just told him to get some traffic through. And then he dives out onto Washington Boulevard. Run it up through the gears, then make a hard left over the Town Street Bridge. If you've been in Columbus, Ohio, down by the Civic Center Drive, that's where Elliott Forbes Robinson, great journeyman driver, pretty good stock car driver, great Trans Am champion.
Awfully versatile driver, very good in it. Can you imagine if this race was taking place in North Carolina and they tried to penalize a Chevrolet?
I wouldn't give anything to have these cars back in North Carolina just once a year.
Well, it may happen.
They ran at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, and it was an outstanding program.
Always like that.
And, of course, that was when we saw that Nissan of Don Devendorf, then a black-painted car, just overrun its tires and crash into the wall and set them back almost a year.
Yep.
And then they changed everything, including the color. They dropped the black. They went to red, white, and blue colors, and they became almost, as they say, like the United States, just a hodgepodge of parts from everywhere, and reworked that team, and they've come up with such a great combination. And there's the Hendrick number 52, still shown as 10. Elliott Forbes Robinson.
Black is certainly working for Dale Earnhardt, and viewers out there will get a chance to watch Dale at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. Don't forget that Holly Farms 400 will be shown 11 tomorrow.
And all of his favorites. Bill Elliott will be there, Rusty Wallace, Jeff Bodine. Don't miss it. That's a tough track, too. Phoenix Dailies, Great North Wilkesboro Speedway, the Holly Farms 400, 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. See it here on the world leader for motorsports coverage, ESPN. Here today, live at Columbus, Ohio, Jeff Brabham just may be wrapping up the Drivers' Championship for 1988.
We're not a company, but no company has more pride in what they do, or more pride in how well they do it. We offer you a meaningful and fulfilling future, one that goes far beyond the ordinary, one that brings with it the respect and admiration of Americans everywhere. We're not a company, we're your country. We're the Air Force, the Marines, the Army, the Navy. We're the Armed Forces. It's a great place to start.
This Spuds for all that you do.
Papers say you busted it up pretty good. This is where we start.
You got a long road back. You missed the cheers. Can you beat those doubts and fears? You make America work.
Well, that's something that won't let us quit. The clean, crisp taste of Beechwood aged Budweiser.
To your first game back.
This Spuds for you.
Yeah, Mary, John, please. Okay, I'll hold.
Have you ever noticed that the people with the least time to waste always find time to read the Wall Street Journal? Perhaps it's because reading the journal had a lot to do with making them so busy in the first place.
Hey, buddy, how'd you make out? I did great.
Call 800-228-3800 for this great journal subscription offer. 13 weeks for just $29.75 with a money-back guarantee. 13 weeks, $29.75. Phone 800-228-3800 now for the Wall Street Journal.
ESPN is your ringside seat when Rockin' Robin Blake takes on Victor Davis in a junior welterweight battle. Budweiser presents Top Rank Boxing, Tuesday night at 9 Eastern, live on ESPN.
In auto racing, the big Q stands for quality. In Quaker State's 11,000 RPM Porsche-powered Indy car. In Ricky Rudd's 625 horsepower high-torque V8. These great racing engines demand the great name in motor oil. Quaker State with QSX, proven to run clean for unbeatable protection from wear and tear.
And the Quaker State that protects all these engines on the track is the same oil you buy right off the shelf.
Quaker State, the big Q stands for quality. Always has, always will.
Now here at Columbus, Ohio, it's time for Volkswagen to present the mid-race report. German-engineered Volkswagens and your Volkswagen dealers give you this glimpse of what's happened through the first portion of the race. Leader, pretty much all the way at an average speed of 80 miles per hour, Jeff Brabham. After the pole was taken by his co-driver in the second car, Derek Daly. We've only had a couple of caution periods here in a street race of this nature with as many cars as started, 36. They have 31 still remaining. It's a pretty incredible number. 11 cars on the lead lap. Those are the folks who have retired from the event. Bruce Levin, early victim right at the outset. Bobby Rahal had trouble with one of the Hendrick cars. Martin Brundle's Jaguar, a major story falling out of this one today. Not a very high attrition rate thus far in this race, Bill Adam. Just goes to prove Lime Rock is a much tougher track than this one.
I thought that was coming. I think, unfortunately, you might see the attrition rate go up because just this rough nature of one particular corner under hard acceleration, and they're getting that little bump, trying to lay down to 700 plus horsepower every single time.
But you know what I like about this? You hear all that grumbling and grunting that goes on in Formula One about the courses and so forth. But if you build the kind of cars like Formula One or these, they're supposed to be able to run on any kind of track, run over railroad tracks, run
agree.
in the streets. Comments about A.J. Foyt. This is the first time that Wallach has led a race since Daytona earlier this year. Look at him using up that course, and he's pitting. He is coming in.
A great view. You can see just what he's looking at as he comes in. Down to Marty Reed.
Well, so far, the Nissan team's the only one that's had what we would call a normal pit stop, as the action down here has been fast and furious. Now, this is going to be a 4-tire change, and the change being made as far as the drivers are concerned. Mauro Baldi getting in, Bob Wallach helping with the assist as far as hooking up all the connectors with the belts and also to the communication system. So far, no one has gotten onto the windscreen. There goes the action there as they got some debris on the top of the screen. All 4 tires are down. They're waiting for Baldy to give the signal that he's ready to go. They look to be having some trouble getting the belts cinched up tightly, as the cockpit is the last thing taken care of, and he finally pulls away. 39.7 seconds. You could see the difference.
Yeah, Marty, it's Jim Busby's car taking a lengthy spell on pit road. And here's the number 85 was also in at that time. Back out.
And here's a good point of difference. Just look at this. The 85 car came back out without making a driver change, and look at the amount of time he picked up.
Bruce Levin's car. Klaus Ludwig driving. Number 76, it falls back to 7th position. 8 cars are reported in the lead lap for prototypes here at Columbus, Ohio with our live coverage. Great race.
We used to sell a Volkswagen for people with more sense than money. We still do. Before you buy a car, test drive a Volkswagen Fox at your local Volkswagen dealer.
Hi there. You looking for Mr. Wright?
Give this guy a light.
Wow.
And Bud Light here.
Ask for Bud Light, the light beer with the first name and taste. Because everything else is just a light.
Thanks. Keep the chains.
The Great American Face. Strong, sensitive. The Great American Razor, Atra Plus, solid, with the Lubra Smooth Strip for extra protection. The Great American Face deserves the Great American Shave. Atra Plus, only from Gillette.
Saturday, Darnell Dickerson leads the Pitt Panthers against Penn State. Then undefeated, bowl-bound Wyoming takes on Houston. It all starts at 4:30 Eastern, live Saturday on ESPN.
The Columbus 500 live on ESPN is being presented today by Budweiser. Beechwood aids for that clean, crisp taste. This Bud's for you. And by Dodge, cars and trucks built with a new spirit of driving performance. Well, there you see one of the lovely views that Columbus, Ohio offers. And they have great racing here in the streets. This is the 4th year that they've had this Grand Prix competition for the International Motorsports Association. The city has really turned itself out. A great community, a lot of spirit here. It reminds me a great deal of coming to Long Beach in its first days, back when it was a Formula 5000 race, won by some gentleman named Brian Redmond. And David Hobbs that day finished, I believe, 2nd or 3rd. Anyway, it's that same attitude. A lot of folks care about having events, world-class events. Here we have 8 nations racing around this 2.3-mile, 9-turn road course, and putting Columbus on the road racing map for a lovely afternoon.
Well, I understand that we're going to have some of those interesting comments from David Hobbs because we've got Marty Reed with him right now.
We certainly do, guys. I got to tell you, broadcasting partner Ken Squire said that was the ride of your life as far as he was concerned. How'd you feel about it?
Well, I must say I was pretty pleased with myself. As you know, I've got a car dealership here in Columbus, and I've always wanted to do well in front of a home crowd. And to actually take the lead just prior to our pit stop was pretty satisfying. The car ran very, very strongly all day. The Peerless team have done an excellent job in preparing this car. It's a slightly old chassis, the Lola chassis, but they've done a lot of work to it, and boy, it went very, very well today. But just not quite up with the Jags yet, but I mean, this is their 14th race now, first.
I was stunned at the number of laps you were able to run before you had to make the stop. I mean, Vandermeer was in at lap 37. You made it to, what, 42?
Well, the Hendricks Corvette has always had a problem with fuel consumption since I drove it here in '85. And our guys, the engine guys, have done their homework really, really well, and we got very good mileage all through practice and in the race as well.
Well, no matter what happens to that car from here on out, nobody can say that you didn't do your best in it today.
I did my best, and of course, unfortunately, with me being here, no doubt the broadcast from Spain this week would be somewhat of a debacle, but of course, the network's got to take the rough with the smooth.
Ken?
The one thing about it is he is consistent.
Yes, he is.
49 laps are complete. Havo, nice run. Of course, he had a pretty good Le Mans this year, too, with a 5th place finish. We see a full course caution being shown for the 3rd time today. Your screen is where we come to not. Kind of a strange shaped track we have here at Columbus, isn't it?
You know, that little X, that's the spot that I keep referring to with the bump right in the middle of the corner. Very, very difficult because it bangs the car so hard. These cars all have such extremely tight suspensions. They don't have a lot of suspension travel because they're all ground effect cars with the tunnels and below. Oh, and they've got it mobile. That's a very good sign. So maybe it was just a mechanical failure and he happened to coast to a stop there.
5-man power. They pulled it off the Town Street Bridge. That's where they come over the bridge and make that left-hander onto the Civic Center Drive. That's where the caution is out, indicated on the map. And we'll be back with you in a moment as we come live from Columbus, Ohio with a Columbus 500. Grab him on his way to the Drivers' Championship.
You can ride with the wind when you're one with the road. You can feel every move. You're in control. Just a touch of the wheel, and the power is yours. It's the look and the feel, the one that's for real. It's the new spirit. Gotta be the spirit of Dodge. It's the new spirit.
You'll find it at the heart of every car and truck we build. And you'll find it in yourself every time you take the wheel. It's the new spirit of performance. It's the new spirit of Dodge.
It's the new spirit. The new spirit of Dodge. The new spirit of Dodge.
Have you ever noticed that the people with the least time to waste always find time to read the Wall Street Journal?
Okay, I'll hold.
Perhaps it's because reading the journal had a lot to do with making them so busy in the first place.
Call 800-372-3000 for this great journal subscription offer. 13 weeks for just $29.75 with a money-back guarantee. 13 weeks, $29.75. Phone 800-372-3000 now for the Wall Street Journal.
Listen to your mouth. That's the crunchy texture of a Triscuit. Now that's the delicious whole wheat taste of a Triscuit. And that's the unique look of a Triscuit. They're made to take on any topping or no topping at all. Just listen to your mouth. That's the sound of a happy mouth. Triscuit. Listen to your mouth.
School is out for summer, but the fun continues on Scholastic Sports America. We'll be taking a look back at some of our favorite faces and places of the past year every Wednesday on ESPN.
The Holly Farms 400 from North Wilkesboro, North Carolina Speedway was postponed on Sunday afternoon. It rained almost all night. It continued to rain during the early portions of the morning. It did, however, stop for a while, and there was hope that the race could be gotten in, but it started to rain again, and it was postponed. We will be on the air live tomorrow morning, Monday morning, at 11 o'clock Eastern Time for live coverage of the Holly Farms 400. We hope you'll be with us.
Motor Week Illustrated keeps track of auto racing from around the world. Every week, host Dave Despain presents highlights of the week's top Formula One, kart, NASCAR, IMSA, motorcycle, boat racing, and airplane events, plus profiles of the men behind the wheel. It's motorsports news and previews of the top upcoming weekend events. Motor Week Illustrated, Wednesdays at 9:30 Pacific, Thursdays, 12:30 a.m. Thursday, Eastern. We've got a good crowd out here today. I mean, a remarkable crowd. This morning I was kind of wondering how they were going to pay the bill. But folks have rolled in here, and as you look across the bridge that we're located at, which is the Broad Street Bridge, it's packed.
It is corners, and most street circuits are very slow, but this one, because of that width, we have a very quick circuit, so it's quite a bit different. Very enjoyable to drive.
If there's one man that I would give a real vote for today, it would be Jeff Klein out of Topanga, California, car number 33. It started last, that Pontiac Firebird GTP. They've gone through 3 engines. They scraped some parts together, threw an engine back together, and Jeff Klein is now being shown 6 overall in this race. He's done some racing today. He's getting set for green. Going back onto green this time. Just before they touch on the line. long streak. There are now 52 laps complete, 53 as they come to green. It's Columbus, Ohio. International Motorsports Association coverage of this 2.3-mile, 9-turn course.
Now, this little break for all of these drivers doing this race alone is really going to help them. They just get that little refresher, take a breath of cool air, and if it's very, very hot in their cars, and they are like a greenhouse, great, huge windshields, great many changes, and Pete is making it very competitive. There's
coming up on green.
And again, Brabham pulls the Ben Johnson move and straight right up.
He has to finish faster than he started if it's a Ben Johnson.
We call him Flow Joe Brabham.
Car number 83, Brabham in that point position. See if Ludwig can do anything about him at all. That 83 looks like it is bulletproof so far today, Adam.
Well, it does, and I'm torn. This car, lots of fun right now.
And you can see the 84 car. Here's Derek Daly pulling up, and this is a battle for position.
I thought he gave him a little nudge there.
Battle for third.
Look at the horsepower of this Nissan. Right, sling it up. Now, when the BFG pulls over hard left, the Nissan, yes, he's going to slot inside him, just cleanly outbrake him. Did exactly the way that's just the way I taught him.
Okay. Halsway fifth. Klein in sixth. Elliott Forbes Robinson in the Hendrick Corvette in seventh. Those fans around the country interested in those individuals further back in the field. Opportunity to see how they're running. Meanwhile, here's this battle continuing as car number 84 clambers the third spot. Into third goes Daly, and he's looking for Klaus Ludwig in the 85 Porsche 962 at this moment.
That Kerry King we just saw on the screen, that is the same Kerry King from Riptide fame on television. We had Bobby Carradine, an actor in an earlier race today, and now Kerry King.
Kerry King seems like a very serious racer.
Yes,
he is. Around at Daytona, he made a lot of events, willing to pay some dues. So the Columbus 500 continues to be in the hands of Jeff Brabham. Will it stay? We'll find out soon.
Of all the cars that come out each year, only one can be the Motor Trend Car of the Year. For 1988, that one is this one. The hot new Pontiac Grand Prix.
Get on the Pontiac and ride! Pontiac ride!
The new Grand Prix, Motor Trend's Car of the Year. You've got to drive it.
Get on the Pontiac! We build excitement!
There's a vacancy at the Bates Motel.
Norman, is that you?
No, it's Spuds McKenzie, and it could be you. Look for this display and enter Bud Light Psycho Sweepstakes to win a Bud Light party with Spuds McKenzie at the Psycho Mansion. You can even get a mug like Spuds at participating retailers. Wow!
That Spuds is so cool, it's scary.
Power. Now, you are playing with power.
Punch Out by Nintendo. 11 world-class contenders. Take them down with your controller, beat them all, and you've got a shot at Tyson's title.
Power.
But for that, you've got to beat Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson's Punch Out from Nintendo. Now you're playing with power.
There's nothing like Pizza Hut pan pizza.
Making it thick, making it tall, making it splash in having it all. Making it heat, making it deep. Sizzle and drizzle, steam and steaming. Making it early, making it late. Pizza Hut, making it great.
The great taste of pan pizza. 2 layers of cheese, lots of toppings, and a chewy crust. It's America's favorite.
Pizza Hut, making it great.
You're gonna get a lesson about intimidation.
Herschel Walker leads the Dallas Cowboys into the Superdome to take on one of the NFC's best in the New Orleans Saints. Join us for analysis and commentary at our new time, 8 p.m. Eastern on Zenith Monday Night Matchup.
Here we are with you at Columbus, Ohio, live this afternoon. Bill Adam alongside. I'm Ken Squire. With us is Marty Reed and Bob Barcia on Pit Road, bringing you all the action of the Columbus 500. North Wilkesboro, North Carolina, Winston Cup competition. Holly Farm 400 rained out today. Rescheduled 11 o'clock tomorrow. See it on ESPN. Brabham is first in the number 83. Drivers, they go back and forth across the river in about 5 seconds. See some of the Pioneer fathers try that.
There's a Camelite leader.
Spun.
That's number 55. Dan Marvin has spun out at the big 180-degree corner up at the top of the straights.
Underway.
Oh, and he's okay. That's good.
This could put Colin Truman into the lead in Camelites with his Pontiac Firebird. Ooh.
That was not one of your better bootleg turns.
Stop. There's the overall leader, number 83, whispering by, just by a hairbreadth.
Come on, Dan, get out of it.
Corner workers indicating, you can see them down there in the frame. Stay to the outside. The yellow flag is up above them. Now there's the 01 car. He's got a flat tire, so that'll really change the Camelite standings considerably. As that's the Colin Truman car that had taken over the lead. Let's go to Mark.
Well, they're taking off the front nose section to take a look down inside, and we've got some traffic to watch out for, so we'll let that get by, and then we'll swing around here and see what's going on. They're working with the steering assembly mechanism. Cannot tell, Colin may have rubbed up against something. He definitely had to have the tire changed. Now they've got the back cover off, and now they're going inside. Looks like it is over for Colin Truman.
It looks like it's over for Marvin. Rear suspension left side badly damaged on that Pontiac Firebird. Here he comes trying to get back to the pit area, and that will be a struggle for him.
Oh, yeah. Look at this. The wheel is just tucked right up in there. Yeah, absolutely broken off. They will be out of the race.
And so it moves Tom Hessert in the Buick Tiger. Car number 9 into the lead. Jacobson and Loring also scheduled for that car, showing a total of 58 laps complete. Hessert in the 9 stays in first at the present time. We'll check those Camelite standings back for you in just a bit. There's the new leader. Car that we saw win at Daytona at the outset of the season, the 24-hour endurance contest. Looked like it was going to totally dominate, then had a terrible wreck in West Palm Beach, Florida. As you recall, they took the plywood to it to rebuild. Came a wooden car.
One of the most remarkable jobs I've ever seen by any pit crew. They really, really deserve that victory.
Skeeter McKittrick is in second place now with a Pontiac, number 79, and Jim Downing comes up into third in car number 63, Mr. Dependable.
He is. Jim Downing is the Jeff Brabham of the GTP Light line. Never makes a mistake. So smooth, so consistent.
55 has stopped. Come to a halt on course, and this may demand another caution on the Broad Street Bridge. Is car number 55, one of the 2 bridges used in this competition.
Now, he isn't really in a dangerous area because the cars will come in from the left. Yeah, he is on the inside of the track, so potentially they may not put out a pace car for this. You can see the cars are sweeping by well on the outside. He's not endangering anyone right here.
Broken rear end on car number 55 will close out the day for Marvin. Unfortunate, as he put up such a good show and led much of the way. More from Columbus live on ESPN in a moment.
This year, the world's automakers will offer more than 500,000 impersonations of a single car, the BMW 325. But like most fine things in life, the copies are never worth quite as much as the original.
2 new sticks, new, tasty new Twix. There's a whole new way Twix moves today. Hey, if you liked it before, you're gonna like it even more. cookies even crunchier. That's what's new. Keep on, keep on, keep on, keep on moving with new tricks.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Doors.
I love the Budweiser boat, just look and see. It's a doorknob, it's a deadbolt, it's extra security. No new hole to drill, so easy to install. Replace your old knob with Weiser bolt, baby, it won't hurt at all.
A Weiser bolt. It's a doorknob and a deadbolt, all in one. It's the lock the Doors love. For the nearest Ace hardware store with Weiser bolt, call 1-800-458-LOCK.
B.F. Goodrich, Update 2 with Bob Strange, test engineer, subject tire personality.
Did you know that different tires have different personalities? We at B.F. Goodrich design each of our tires to have an individual personality based on its intended use. For example, in developing the Comp TA, we wanted a tire that had quick steering response, great cornering capability, and predictable behavior at its limits. For quick steering response, we blended a stiff bead and lower sidewall area with steel belts and nylon overheads in the tread. For great cornering capability, we developed a tread pattern with large stable blocks and a special tread compound. In order to get the predictable behavior that we wanted, we blended these two areas together with a rounded shoulder radius. What this means to you is that when you need all of your car's capability, you won't have any unpleasant surprises.
B.F. Goodrich TAs, tested tough to make your car perform. Just how good are genuine GM parts? Good enough for Dale Earnhardt, three-time Winston Cup driving champion. And the same kind of quality that goes into the GM parts for his car goes into the GM parts for your car. So get the goods under your hood. Genuine GM parts from your General Motors dealer.
Motor Week Illustrated, America's first and foremost weekly racing news show. Keep pace with the racing action on television's fastest half hour. If it goes fast, catch it on Motor Week Illustrated.
The International Motorsports Association prototype competition.
That was our cameraman just being sick there.
A little hoop-de-doo there. Come out from under that railroad bridge. There you see number 9. That is Hessert leading in Camel Light, the smaller prototype cars. How small?
These are a 4-liter V6 Buick that they run, but again, they don't have a turbocharger, so instead of putting out the 750 horsepower of a full GTP car, they may have 360 or 370 horse, and they try and offset that by running a slightly lighter weight.
Track.
I think he stalled it.
Looks like he has stalled it, and look at those corner workers out there, trying to get him out of the way. Derek Daly, who had set on the pole for this event. Brabham had started beside him. Panasonic car going by.
Daly can't get that started. His battery, for whatever reason, is flat.
Nose is coming off the car. Trying to roll him away.
Oh, what a turn of events. Now, if this remains here, they will put a pace car out. No, that's good. They're going to get him out of the way, at least. We just have the tail end on a replay. We're going to see if we can get it up here to have a look at it. Here it is right here. You can just see the probe is coming to a stop, and Daly is just nudging him. Look how little damage there is between the wheels, right where the Nissan went in. Hardly anything at all, but the biggest damage is the Nissan's engine is dead at this point. He has stalled it. Oh, and there it is. He's going, so he'll get back to the pits and try and get a new nose on. It doesn't, you can look at the aluminum structure in the front. There's nothing bent there, so a new nose should fit without any problem.
Headed back for repairs comes Derek Daly of Ireland, and we'll be back with more of the Columbus 500 in a moment.
Oh, round of lights here?
Ask for Bud Light. The light beer with the first name and taste.
Let me know when you're ready for another round.
In 1979, 27 men in Munich began a project that became a quest, that became a car. Spare nothing, they were told, but build the finest, most spirited luxury sedan in the world. That car has now arrived in America. and it's called the BMW 750iL.
Oh, it hurts. It hurts. Can you... American Express? My daughter and I just had an accident.
Do you need a doctor?
I think she's got a broken wrist.
That was some trip. I'd like to keep this while you're away at school.
Sure.
I got something for you.
It's got my name on it.
Just in case.
Thank you.
Someone who cares when you're far from home. Membership has its privilege.
We're not a company, but we recognize potential. We develop it. We use it. We'll make sure that as your ability grows, so will you. As your ability for leadership grows, so will you. Working with us, you'll gain self-confidence. Become a person with a future. We're not a company. We're your country. We're the Marines, the Army, the Navy, the Air Force. We're the armed forces. It's a great place to start.
Konica Tough. Konica's Royal Copiers, the answer for tough customers. A full line of copiers that have proven themselves tough in businesses from coast to coast. Copiers backed by nationwide sales and service that's as tough as it is responsive. And that's not just tough. That's tough to beat.
This is ESPN, the Total Sports Network.
The Holly Farms 400 from North Wilkesboro, North Carolina Speedway was postponed on Sunday afternoon. It rained almost all night. It continued to rain during the early portions of the morning. It did, however, stop for a while, and there was hope that the race could be gotten in, but it started to rain again, and it was postponed. We will be on the air live tomorrow morning, Monday morning, at 11 o'clock Eastern Time for live coverage of the Holly Farms 400. We hope you'll be with us.
Well, the Nissan has been on pit road for a considerable amount of time. That's the Derek Daly car, and they can't get the nose to fit. He started to put on a new nose, and apparently a latch is broken. It was a latch the first time they came here after they set on the pole for Jeff Brabham that knocked them out of the race, a little $2 part, and now they can't. Now they're getting out the old gaffer's tape to strap that car together. Here's a battle for third. Car number 76, Jack Baldwin, being challenged by Mauro Baldi in the BF Goodrich Porsche 962, line 4th. And there's only a 2-second interval between first place man Brabham and Klaus Ludwig in that Porsche number 85, owned by Bruce Levin, the car that has won over the last couple of years on this circuit. There you see the 67 in 4th, closing on the Corvette that's running in 3rd. David Hobbs took it up through the numbers, and now Jack Baldwin has taken over and tries to secure the position. He's under attack from Monaco's Baldi.
Horsepower advantage. I don't think there's any doubt about that. But Ludwig is just pushing so hard right now. He is really, really getting in deep under braking. And I watch. Oh, look at this. Now, there's a sign of a problem for the Nissan. The rear brakes locked up. And look at Ludwig. He's closed right up on him. He is power sliding this Porsche out of the corner and took advantage of a first mistake we have seen by the Brabham car.
Tires going away on 83.
Watch at the end of the straight. This is a heavy braking area. Now, that could be happening because he is trying to put down tremendous horsepower.
700 horsepower.
I would venture it's more than that too, Ken. I think they're being extremely conservative when they say that because look at the gap that's opened up. An immediate gap, but watch at the end. Ludwig will charge back up here and brake very, very deep in the corner. And look how much he picks up again. Just great back. Look at this. Oh, super. Beautiful control. He is working with the car right on the edge, and it looks so easy the way he's doing it.
Camel-like competition. McKitterick stays first, with Dowling in the number 63 in second, Jelinek third, Cirk in fourth. Look at this scramble up in front. The overall is at stake right now. Jeff Brabham, Australian native, and Klaus Ludwig of West Germany here in Columbus, Ohio, continuing their own personal vendetta to win this race. Klaus Ludwig, where do you find it comfortable to pass on this track?
There are two outbreaking areas, but you have to know who you are passing. You have to rely on that guy. Because on the straights, you have these intersections. The whole car is up in the air. I think you will have it on the video. And it's a little bit unpredictable. You know, you have to be straight over these bumps. If not, it can cause major problems. So overtaking is not easy here.
This is live from Columbus, Ohio, and we'll be right back.
If you like to drive, really like to drive, this is what your next car should be. This is the all-new Pontiac Grand Prix.
Get on the Pontiac and ride! Pontiac ride!
This is the 1988 Motor Trend Car of the Year. And that ought to be you driving.
Get on the Pontiac! Rebuild excitement!
Ricky Rudd talks about Quaker State with QSX.
If you're like me, you want your engine to perform. You want it to run clean, and you don't want sludge. That's why you and I both need Quaker State with QSX.
QSX keeps dirt particles in suspension, so they're trapped in your oil filter instead of sludging up your engine.
No other oil runs cleaner or fights sludge better. And the Quaker State I use in my car is the same oil you can buy right off the shelf for your car.
Quaker State, the big Q stands for quality. Always has, always will.
If you thought you had to give up comfort to get a close shave, Norelco says, think again. Their revolutionary shaving system shaves skin close in a way that's incredibly comfortable. As the hair enters the chamber, the patented lift and cut system lifts each hair and holds it a split second before a blade cuts it, so it's possible to shave skin close without the blades even touching the skin. The lift and cut shaving system from Norelco. We made close comfortable.
Rough day. Sure glad that's over with. After a day like this, you head for the beer that goes down smooth as a mountain stream. Whoosh. Rough day. Rough day. Your horse did all the work. Head for the mountains of Bush beer.
When he's working, when his work is done, a man wants a jean he can feel comfortable in. American Hero Jeans from Wrangler.
There's a reason why wherever he goes, Spuds McKenzie has so much fun. He's always in control. Spuds knows it's cool to live by one simple rule. Be a good sport. Know when to say when.
A reminder from Anheuser-Busch.
Ever tried watching every NFL game? Miss anything? Well, Sunday, see all the key plays from every game on ESPN's NFL Primetime. Week after week, NFL Primetime is football's finest hour with Chris Berman, Pete Axthelm, and Tom Jackson. See it all in one place, NFL Primetime. Sunday nights at 7:15 Eastern on ESPN.
Jeff Brabham just had to sort himself out from car number 60 Jaguar 5 laps down. He was able to finally make a move and get through, and so did car number 85 Ludwig. It took them about half a lap to make that maneuver. Here they are around the Hessert car that is leading in Camel Light another time. And there you see that number 60 Jag, 5 laps back. Present time, just joined us, Jaguar has not had a good day at all. 60 and 66, just not counting cars. 66 has retired from the event. Bruce Lemon's brand new Porsche 962 crashed out of the race early. Bobby Rahal's Corvette had mechanical problems. It fell by the wayside. The quarter. They sure know now. Number 83 Nissan leading ever closer to the manufacturer's title, and Brabham may be champion of all.
Send up a crow's foot. Give me an
check.
There's a place in the friendly skies where not everyone's so friendly.
Stop. Hold it. I need 3 hours minimum. Check it out.
Over 9,000 mechanics of United Airlines work here.
Give me a mini grinder.
They're picky, fussy, stubborn. But if you fly, they're the best friends you'll ever have. United, rededicated to giving you the service you deserve. Come fly the friendly skies.
As long as I've known Tom, I need help, he's there. Sure, I'm glad to see you. Stay with you? Figured you wouldn't mind.
And when the last stray's rounded up, you head for the mountains. Bush. And the beer that goes down smooth as a mountain stream.
Sure owe you one. How about this in here?
Head for the mountains of Bush beer.
If you haven't seen what Zenith's been doing lately, see what you've been missing?
Antonio in the last outing for this Nissan team. They lost a drive shaft, ended up a DNF. This is the 8th place is what they paid them for in that race. And it was the consideration that those street courses were going to turn around and bite them. Well, right now, street course here at Columbus, which is as tough as there is, with 75 of 81 laps complete, seems to be agreeing with this Nissan as it continues to power around the course and stay the distance between itself and the Porsche 962 of Klaus Ludwig.
Running perfectly.
Do you think that perhaps Brabham lost concentration for a moment?
No, I don't believe he did, because Brabham is in constant touch with his pit crew, and they advise him on the lead, either a deficit or a plus on what's happening to other traffic around him. He is in such a relaxed position right now that he can talk back and forth to his crew, even find out how hard does he have to push.
Major headline for American race fans right now in third spot. Red and white car number 76. David Hobbs and Jack Baldwin out of Marietta, Georgia. They've taken that brand new Corvette. First time out of the box. It's running third in this race. Great performance for the Chevy Corvette as David Hobbs did the first half of the event. And now stepping in is Baldwin. Opportunity to run in prototype and looking very, very strong. I don't believe that unless there's a mechanical, they'll get any closer. But a third place finish for them will be terrific. That collision number 15, and then you see the 52 as we show you some other cars in the race. That's the Hendrick car, and there's the leader. And there's number 79 in super trouble. That would be, I believe, the second place car, McKittrick.
I think it is. Peter McKittrick and Bill Cole.
In Camel Light, in the smaller category of competition.
Right.
And that has happened just after they went over the Broad Street Bridge, turning onto Washington Boulevard. First bridge.
Just a terribly awkward position for him. Once again, he is on a blind corner and really has to rely on the marshals to get out.
There's that third place car, number 76. Hobbs and Baldwin.
Great looking car. Really, really
They're going to be super challengers next year. 5 laps to go.
And right on his tail, too, is the 67 Fiat Goodrich car of Mauro Baldi. Chevy is putting out. He really pulls away from the Porsche that's coming out of that hairpin. Look at that. He's stretched a good 3-4 lengths on him.
There's a great horsepower and engine comparison right there in that picture.
It sure is. In the one car, we have a 6-liter American V8. This push-rod V8 with a fuel injection system. The engine itself is not too far off NASCAR specs. The car following, the 67 car right there, is that flat 6-cylinder multi-cam engine with a very high-pressure turbocharger on it. Totally different viewpoints on trying to achieve the same thing, maximum horsepower.
The Daly running down some in this race.
That's Bo Jackson leading and Marcus Allen working as a blocking back right there. To pass, of course, that's another thing. You try and make Jack Holden. It's not just catching him, it's trying to get by him.
There's the 67, the Fiat Goodrich car, still chasing the Peerless Corvette, Bob Carson's organization, doing an outstanding job of bringing this new entrant in and making it strong in its very first outing. Here it is, Washington Boulevard, flipping over the Town Street Bridge, laps running out, just about down to the finish. And the vulnerabilities that Nissan has had in street courses, they seem to be going away today. This car, number 83, is sticking with the program. And this brand new car, incredible to believe you bring a brand new car into a track that's as rough and ready as this street course, and it runs like that fearless Corvette has today. The leader, number 83, handling it well as can be expected.
Fellas, I'm standing right at the pit exit as Bill Adams was speaking about the great handling of that Nissan. And let me tell you a little story. As these cars go through the turn here at the pit entrance and exit, everybody gets a little wheel spin. Everybody's engines kind of pop up as they lose traction. The Nissan comes through here, never changes a note. He has got that thing absolutely locked down and running on a rail.
Yeah, that's one of the things that has always impressed me, Bob. It does have such a lot of horsepower, and yet it puts it down so effectively. Really a well-worked chassis.
It looks like another win is in the offing for Team Nissan. Now we're back with the 76 battle. You're inside the 67 car, and that is Mauro Baldi, the Porsche 962, and right in front of him is that Corvette.
Boy, look at the torque of that Chevrolet. Just pulls off the corner. Right there. Goodbye.
Jack Baldwin can make those big engines sing. Look at him as they go down the Civic Center Drive here in Columbus, Ohio. It's live today on ESPN. Tomorrow morning, 11 o'clock, North Wilkesboro Winston Cup race rained out today. After a very foreboding forecast earlier, it's turned out to be a beauty here in Columbus, Ohio. And Jeff Bravo inches closer on this 2.3-mile, 9-turn course for the Drivers' Championship this afternoon of the International Motorsports Association. A title that the late Al Holbert won on 5 occasions. Making fall to Bravo here today. His younger brother's having a great year. Now there's that number 30, which used to be a Buick. Now it's Porsche 962. And there he is scooting by Steve Phillips out of the Sugarbush Valley of Vermont, and Moretti of Italy, co-driver in that car. Great international flavor to this series as you watch car number 83, Brabham, into his final moments, about to taste victory and take the Drivers' Championship. Next time by, it'll be over for 1988, and Brabham, man who still has things to do, he says, in Indianapolis car racing. Now look at this battle developing. Mauro Baldi knows it's the last lap, and he's going for it. With his number 67 closes up on Baldwin.
They'll both be advised, and that's Jim Downing. He's just going to try and get by there. Yep, he's heading over the bridge. And he has only got a little bit of pavement to go for, so he really has to get into it. But you can bet Baldwin's got some carbon fiber bumpers lying around there.
And Baldwin's getting stronger, feeling more and more comfortable. Almost every lap you get the sense that he's liking this thing a whole lot more.
Yeah.
Nissan crew watching on the old telly as car number 83 comes ever closer for Don Devendorf, the guy who's tasted success after his failure many times before in various categories of racing. What a day this will be for him. The 83 scoots down Washington Boulevard, a final time. Hard left-hander over the Town Street Bridge here in Columbus, Ohio. Jeff Bravo, 9 wins in 1 year, 8 in a row, a new record, never been done before. And you're watching an accomplishment in American road racing as Bravo heads for the checkers. Drivers' Championship within his grasp. That's his crew. There's the checkers out. And the winner of the 1988 Columbus 500, Jeff Bravo. You'll meet the winner of the International Motorsports Association Drivers' Championship, as well as this race, after we pause for these messages.
Hey, what? Will you line up straight? All right, see you in a bit. How you doing, Joe? Give me a buzz.
Hey, man, we got 5 gold medals.
5? All right.
Then he knocked them out. Lucky shot, yeah, right. Watch this next one. I'm going to even open my eyes. 6 a.m. and it's a beautiful Sunday morning. Today's forecast looks like another beautiful day, clear.
There will be at least 3 times in your life you'll be glad you invested in the BMW 3 Series. When you buy it, because prices start under $25,000. When you sell it, because of BMW's legendary resale value. And when you drive it, because it is, after all, a BMW.
Headlines. Now for a little music.
Looking for that perfect camcorder? Exactly. The Zenith.
Zenith?
Yeah. Uses a full-size VHS cassette that has the latest professional features, and it's fully automatic. Great. Or, if you want something smaller, yeah, the Zenith. Zenith. Compact VHS, autofocus, really easy to use, and it's surprisingly affordable.
So it's the Zenith.
Or the Zenith.
I think I'm leaning toward the Zenith.
Good choice.
Now that many of the early games are over, we're just getting started for NFL primetime. We'll bring you the full story from Soldier Field. Will the Bills stay unbeaten as they go up against the Bears? Also, can the Bengals and the Rams make it 5 in a row? In the NFC East, major showdown at RFK with the Giants and Redskins trying to each move above 2-2. So, join Pete Axtell, Tom Jackson, John Saunders, and yours truly, Chris Berman. NFL primetime, 7:15 Eastern Time on ESPN.
And Jeff Brabham pulls his car up to the pit entrance here at Columbus and nearly takes off the tail of somebody else's car in the process. They're going to pull him up here and put him into a pickup truck for a victory lap before an adoring audience here in Columbus. But he's not going to do it before we get one quick word with the man himself. Jeff, congratulations, buddy. I'm sure all of this is kind of just extending it all. Must be a great victory.
It really is. You know, to win the championship is really a great accomplishment for the whole team. And, you know, it's a tough race for me. I just had to be really conservative. And, you know, it looked like a hell of a race in my mirrors. And I was lucky enough to keep out of all the things which were going on. And the car ran very, very well. And, you know, I'm very happy for Nissan and myself. It's just great.
What does this championship mean after all those lean years in Indy cars?
Well, it just means a lot to me, you know. This is my, you know, I came in kind of dedicated to win this year, and it's really turned out great for us, and I'm very, very happy.
Congratulations to you. We'll see you in Victory Lane, Jeff. And the entire Nissan crew piled on board for a victory lap. Who needs a truck? They've got the best sports car in the world.
Nissan still has to decide the Manufacturers' Championship at Del Mar. They lead Porsche 186-182. The driver's title has been decided with Brabham's victory. Klaus Ludwig finishing in second, Mauro Baldi in third, and Jack Baldwin fell to fourth in the very last lap, with Elliott Forbes Robinson finishing in fifth, and Hessert wins in Camel Light here today. For Phil Adam, Bob Barsha, and Marty Reed, I'm Ken Squire. That's the story of the Columbus 500. The Columbus 500 has been presented by Pontiac. We build excitement. By Quaker State Motor Oil. The big Q stands for quality. Always has and always will. And by B.F. Goodrich TAs and the all-weather Comp TA. Once again, the top 5 here at Columbus today. Brabham first, Ludwig second, Monaco's Baldi third, Jack Baldwin of Marietta, Georgia fourth, and Elliott Forbes Robinson of Denver, North Carolina fifth in the Columbus 500.
You hear the thunder, the call of the road.
Whether it's the rhythm of 16 valves or the roar of a lusty turbo, Grand Am is sheer driving excitement.
Get on your Pontiac and ride, Pontiac ride.
2 available engines that eliminate boredom and lesser cars. That's Grand Am.
Get on your Pontiac. We build excitement.
Of all the cars that come out each year, only one can be the Motor Trend Car of the Year. For 1988, that one is this one, the hot new Pontiac Grand Prix.
Get on your Pontiac and ride,
new Grand Prix, Motor Trend's Car of the Year. You've got to drive it.
Get on your Pontiac. We build excitement.
In the village of Upper Nyack, the firemen fight fires with ladders and hoses. And a Murata fax machine. It's used to receive floor plans and detailed drawings of buildings so they can plan how to attack the fire before they get to the fire. Murata fax machines.
When it comes to doing business overseas, you gotta know how to get it over there. You gotta span the globe. You gotta put spin on the ball. You gotta know foreign relations most of all. You gotta know the customs. You can't afford to be stopped at the border. You gotta make things happen when you get your customer's order. This reminder from Federal Express that it's not just a package. It's your business.
Why in the world would Mazda subject their trucks to this kind of torture? Well, if you want to build up a reputation for reliability and durability, it's sure a good place to start. It could also have something to do with why Mazda's confident enough to have the best warranty in the truck business. And why they've been rated #1 in customer satisfaction over the last 3 years. Oh, by the way, our lawyer says if you're going to drive like this, you can forget about the warranty.
It's a Radio Shack Merry Christmas.
Roger out. We're all enjoying the Radio Shack Space Patrol walkie-talkies we got for Christmas. I use mine to keep in touch with my backyard explorers. The flexible antennas handle rugged play, and the kids love them because they can talk or send secret messages in Morse code. It's right on the front. Okay, kids, I'm finished. Oh!
Space Patrol walkie-talkies from $9.95, only at Radio Shack.
Announcing the Holiday Inn Make the Super Call game. Come to Holiday Inn, get a game card. Now, Super Bowl 18. 4 minutes to go. Raiders face a 4th and goal. You call it. Scratch off the right play, and you win. Thousands of prizes, even a trip to the Super Bowl. Everybody's getting into it.
Only at America's favorite hotel. For reservations, make the Super Call.
Some people see shaving as something you do for 3 minutes a day. At Braun, we see it as something you do for a lifetime. And we think you should make the best of it. The Braun Shaver, with its 3 shaving positions. Designed for those who choose to make a virtue out of necessity. Braun, the world's #1 selling foil shaver.
Quaker State with QSX. How do you make a motor oil this good? Testing, testing, testing.
Quaker State quality. We don't just talk about it, we live by it.
The big Q stands for quality. Always has, always will.
Anywhere in the world you can dial direct. You can dial with MCI for up to 22% less than AT&T. At MCI, we don't just promise you the world, we give it to you for less. Until you call, you'll never know how much better a long-distance company can be.
It's Chevy versus Ford, compact and full-size pickups in a test of standard 4-wheel drive systems. They start in 2-wheel drive, but they're going to have to shift into 4-wheel to make it across the ditch of doom. The Chevy shift and keep going, but the Ford drivers have to stop and lock hubs. Why is America having a change of heart in pickups? Chevy gives you standard shift-on-the-fly Insta-Track. Ford doesn't.
The heartbeat of America. That's the day Chevy truck.
First, Gillette made shaving closer. Then we made it smoother. With Atra Plus, its Luber Smooth strip glides the razor over your face for Gillette's smoothest shave. The Atra Plus system. First we made it closer, then we made it smoother.
Listen to the heartbeat of America. Listen to the heartbeat of America. Oh yeah.
Chevy S10 Blazer, the most powerful V6 engine available in its class, and the most fun available in any class.
To the heartbeat of America. Chevrolet. Chevrolet.
Most
Most of my friends don't know what they're going to do after graduation, but I've already locked in guaranteed skill training in the Army. Qualify now and you can reserve even the Army's most sought-after technical training, up to 12 months in advance, through the Army's delayed entry program. Sure, being a soldier won't be easy, but then nothing worth having ever is.
Rio, we made it!
It's been 35 days in the Pathfinder. Marty and I have gone through jungles, rainforests, primitive villages, and 11 deodorant sticks. What we really needed was a good night's sleep.
But that could always wait till tomorrow.
What happened when Sony put this incredible color TV and one of our most advanced VCRs into this machine? They shrunk. Introducing Video Walkman from Sony, the portable TV and VCR that takes video out of your home and into your life.
The Acura Legend sedan offers such amenities as leather-trimmed interior, sophisticated stereo system, and ergonomically designed controls. Is it any wonder people enjoy sitting in it? And with its 24-valve 2.7-liter V6, is it any wonder they enjoy standing on it? The Legend sedan, precision-crafted performance from Acura.
Today, more and more people are drinking light beer. And the light beer they're drinking more of is Coors Light. Why? It's easy drinking. Got just the right balance of smoothness and drinkability. And best of all, the Silver Bullet won't slow you down. Coors Light, the Silver Bullet. For all the right reasons, it's the right beer now.
Bring on the city, bring on the night.
If you like to drive, the 89 Grand Prix is a car you're gonna love. Pontiac guarantees it.
Yeah, Pontiac.
Take 30 days after you buy your new 89 Grand Prix to make sure it's the ride of your life. If it isn't, bring it back. Your selling dealer will give you full credit toward another new Pontiac Grand Prix.
Rebuild excitement.
Guaranteed.
United Airlines, from the ground up, rededicated to giving you the service you deserve. Come fly the friendly skies.
This is ESPN, the Total Sports Network.